https://twitter.com/septilence. Don't put that in. I'll get in trouble. So that's worth it. Did I get too close to the camera on that one? A little bit too close. Should I back up a little bit? Okay, sorry about that. My bad. I've been awake for probably close to 32 hours. Like, I have to hold my keyboard the normal way, because if I do it, I feel like I have arthritis if I hold my keyboard like that. It blows my mind. I can never do that. This guy right here, he's got his keyboard off at an angle. His isn't that extreme. There's a kid all the way down to the far end who has his keyboard all the way at a horizontal.
That's really cool.
They're going to be at that table right over there.
Public information?
Oh, I don't know. But this isn't live, so it doesn't matter.
It's not live, but you and I know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not going to tweet it.
Awesome. What game do you play?
Smash Bros.
Who do you play? Is it embarrassing? Is it like Villager?
Yeah.
Is it Villager? Am I spot on? Oh my god. Is it the Ice Climbers?
No.
Is it Game & Watch?
No.
Is it Pichu?
No.
Is it Wario?
No.
I can keep going. I think I can name every character in the game. Is it, did I say the Ice Climbers already?
Yeah, you said them.
Is it them? Is it them a second time?
No.
Okay, alright. Oh, is it one of the Links?
Yes, it is.
Is it Toon Link?
It is.
Oh, that is pretty embarrassing. That is rough. Who do you play?
I'll give you $20 if you guess correctly right now.
First try?
First try.
Give me a single hint.
It's an obscure character.
Obscure character.
Not played very often.
Is it Wii Fit Trainer?
Oh my god!
I'm the interviewer for a reason, baby. I do what I do. I don't need the money. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. So Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and I forgot already. Are you all lying to me? Am I being gaslit? No. Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and you told me already. Oh, Toon Link. Yep. Where's my main support at? Who are we playing this weekend?
A lot of Brig.
A lot of Brig, really?
Brig Lucio, probably.
Brig Lucio, really? I shouldn't say that too loud. I don't want to give away your strategies. It's over under.
What do you mean over under?
Like, do we think we're gonna podium? Do we think we're gonna come in last place?
Not last place.
Not last place.
Certainly not last.
What about 5th place?
That's doable.
That's doable. That's winnable. 3rd place. That's where things get dicey.
That's very doable.
Okay.
First place. That's very doable.
First place, very doable. Love it. That's the mindset. That's what he loves to hear. Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Cut the cameras. Well, who are you? Hello. Oh my God. I saw you earlier. I saw the back of your shirt. And I was like, I know that name. I know him. It's a quick play game. They Q-sniped each other at land. I thought it was a scrim. It's just unlucky. Are you actually a Villager player?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Villager being notably worse in Smash Ultimate than they were in Smash 4?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You never played Smash 4?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Nobody's gonna hold that against you. Now, who do you play?
I play Robin.
Okay, wow. Did you know Robin has the lowest pick rate in the game?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Come on, the LEDs, it looks just like Samus.
Huh?
Do you disagree?
I guess I can see
The
it.
Samus vibe. Show the controller to the camera. We're interviewing. This is recording, by the way. Surprise.
Not my controller.
Who do you play?
I play Peach.
Oh, wow, I like that. Who do you play?
I play the Shotos, mostly Kazuya.
No, you lose against Kirby. That's just like a statistics thing.
Yeah.
It's maybe.
This is a death match. I think they're all in the same one. They're all on Icebox. Are they all in the same death match? Maybe. Who knows? I feel like none of them can hear me. I want to approach somebody, but no one can hear. They all have both their headphones on.
What's up?
How do we think we're doing?
I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah.
What's your kitty?
We're looking at 10 and 6 right now.
Oh, hey, that's 3rd, dude. That's better than I expected. Who's bottom frag right now? I want to go talk to them. Ian? Hey, how do we think we're doing so far?
It could be better.
Could be better? You're one of those rough days?
Well,
Let's go find more people to harass.
Yeah.
Where's Boise State? Who's your favorite to play?
Oh, right now it's got to be either Chamber or Breach.
What country is Cypher from?
Oh, dude. It's Moroccan, right?
It is Morocco! Oh my God, I don't think anyone is gonna get that. Oh, you're good. You're good. All right, see you later. Let's go harass Boise State more. Who is this? What school is this? Boise?
This is Boise.
Oh man, that's okay. Boise's still got really good odds. A Large Bagel, one of their tank players, Nerdy Bird, they're off tank. Both of them not here. A little bit scary, if we're being honest. Getting warmed up, getting ready to cast some players. No, okay, not cast, interview. Change your mindset, change your mindset.
Words.
No, but last words until we come back.
Oh, okay.
Because we're leaving.
Enjoy.
Oh, that was good, that was good. Anything from you?
How are you doing, Polly?
Awesome, thank you so much for your time. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the ECAC Top Plays of the Week. I am Septilence, and I'm super excited to walk through these with you so you can see all of the great moments we are getting out of collegiate esports. One of my favorite things about these seasons is as they go on, as the years continue to pass, the skill ceiling just gets higher and higher, and the teams get better and better. Starting things off in week 1 and 2, these teams came out the gate swinging. Let's take a look at what they were ready to bring out in these early weeks. Valorant is a game all about risk versus reward, and Sin from NYIT wanted to show us just how much he was willing to risk to get that great reward of a round win.
Sort of forced to pop off, maybe get a little bit more sniper play, but these direct, tight angles make it tough. You have Axorus that actually gets a wall bang headshot onto Prime. Oh, that timing on the paranoia works so well.
Yo, give it up for the util, bro. Sin's gonna pick up 3 into the site. It's a lurk on its way from the chamber, but unless you're gonna spam through this box, you're not getting anything done, and Panda won't even let him get that far.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game that can be decided in milliseconds, and Waka, one of the best players from SUNY Canton A Squad, wanted to show us just what they can do with only a second and a single stock on the board.
Cena, sledge option gonna be charging forward smash, going a little early. They're not quite getting what you want. Drop shield after first hit of pin, getting hit by the kid. High percent. There is the stun into Claw. That Claw will be charged for a lot longer.
We're at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's gonna jump into it.
Corner judges go for 1, 2, he needs more. And they're doing even more here.
You gotta touch the point. Mr. College walks it in.
Toy Boy just gonna drop.
Knife him.
Right out in front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting night right here on Esports U Live. But tonight, we have a special edition as we are hosting the CSMG Presents, Esports U Presents, the Last Chance Qualifier. You heard me right, the Last Chance Qualifier, which is presented by Zip Chair Gaming, which is so insanely important to have a quality seat while you are gaming. But I'm your host, Paulie Hype. Woo! And we are here for the Last Chance Qualifier. Tonight, we'll feature some action from the Overwatch 2 division. And again, the qualifying team, the winning team, the team that claws and makes it all the way through the bracket each night this week, as we're going to have Overwatch 2, Valorant, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Rocket League, will claim a bid to join us at CECC Arlington, which May Madness down in Texas is going to be phenomenal. What a truly cherishing, amazing prize it will be to join us down in CECC Arlington. I can guarantee it. It's going to be a fantastic event. Tonight, it will feature some Overwatch 2 action, and we are down now up to the end of the bracket as 4 teams remain fighting for that bid. It will be a best of 5 maps. Coming up next, we have the 1 seed in Maryville University going against the 4 seed in Rutgers Reign. That's the B team making it all the way through the bracket, baby. You'll love to see it. And then the 2nd seed is UCI Esports, and 3rd seed is Cal Esports. So that will be the next game. The winner of those 2 games will face off in the grand finals with the winning team joining us at CECC Arlington. So, without further ado, we're going to get into the action tonight. All the matches this evening will be casted by Clutch Key from Hawaii and good old Chef Billy. We got 2 of the best in the building for some Overwatch 2 commentary. But before we go to them, you already know what time it is. It's 8:30. There's college esports on my mind. There's college esports afoot. And it's Overwatch 2 action. I am so excited for it. It's time for the 10 seconds of hype. Get this off. Ooh. Ooh. Woo! Zip chair. College Esports, Esports U, Collegiate Sports Management Group. It's finally time for Overwatch 2 with Chef Billy and Clutch Key. Casters, over to you, baby. Woo!
Thank you very much, Billy, and welcome inside of the booth here. Clutch Key alongside Chef Billy with you for what is essentially the LCQ National Semifinals, but more importantly here, the Eastern Finals right now between number 4 seeded Rutgers taking on number 2 seeded Maryville. This is going to be an excellent game here, and especially for the fact, Billy, that both of these teams are fighting for that one more chance to get into CECC Arlington.
Kind of surprised that Maryville's in this position at all, considering that the roster that they bring in here, Tree, the Wunderkind extraordinaire, has joined this Maryville squad and has been an immediate upgrade to their team. But I mean, this team is absolutely stacked from top to bottom. So Rutgers definitely have their work cut out for them today. You're going to see some different names from some of our players from Maryville. They had a little bit of fun with the renaming, but we will let you know who they are as we go through the series. But it's the first of 3, best of 5 here. And, well, they've got 2 more games to guarantee their last spot into the CECC 2023 down at the Esports Stadium in Arlington coming up in May. Everybody wants to be there. I want to be there. You want to be there. Everybody wants to show up in Arlington in May.
Look, and then for this big of a tournament at Esports Arlington as well, you're right. Everybody wants to show up there. And look, I'll just say this personally. I'm going to be up there at least to watch. So I just want to be there to watch. But for these teams, they actually want to play for that right to be in the CECC championships, to be in the CECC finals at Arlington. And here's where the train stops right here. Rutgers taking on Maryville Scarlet Knights. This is the Reign team. So this is not the regular Rutgers team. This is actually another team from Rutgers. So that's another interesting fact that we have to point up. So the Scarlet Knights have their team Reign on. Maryville just playing by themselves, playing with their regular lineup. But like you were saying, a lot of well-known names here. In fact, if we go through it all at your starting lineups for these 2 teams, Mikey's in here for Maryville. You'll also have Cat God, which will be Tree. So be aware if you are watching out for Tree, Cat God is in here. So that's the one you were paying attention to. Shipley is King. You also have Chicken Dough 42 as Juby, and Cyrus, well, one of the only 2 that has stuck with the same name of Cyrus. So that's really everybody else will stay the same on Rutgers as well. So again, a very interesting lineup, mind you, and we were talking about this earlier for at least for Maryville's, for Maryville's side, but Septilin's actually letting us know beforehand as well. Cyrus in particular, a carry for the team, and a lot of good Kiriko plays as well. So this is going to be pretty interesting to find out whether or not we're going to see a lot of kunai kills and maybe more eliminations than the DPS. Who knows if that's what S tier actually means. But regardless of that here, again, to get to this point overall is pretty impressive for both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, even more so for Rutgers, since this is not their main squad coming in here and really putting up a great performance in the LCQ. Cyrus, I mean, what more can we say? Lethality in the support department is always a wonderful thing. I want to see if they're going to play kind of the Landon style, where you see, the good balance between healing and defensive or offensive pressure coming in. So, when they decide to let loose with Kitsune rushes, we'll see if they're going to be the soft carry or not. Tree is just a mechanical god. If you have never seen this gamer play through contenders, you are in for a treat today. They will be on the account Cat God today, but, I mean, just absolutely cracked. Just turned 16 not too long ago. And Mikey, I mean, what more do we need to say about them? Former San Francisco Shock, now here playing for the Maryville squad. One of my home state teams here. They're about 3 hours northeast of me. So I got a little bit of homer pride going in here, but it's going to be a little bit of a poke comp coming in from Maryville University versus the Brawl coming in from Rutgers. Maryville looking for these one-touch potentials, and they're already getting on top of them.
Well, let's see if they can with the poke composition. Like you were saying, it's poke versus Brawl. Who's going to get the better of this right now? From the looks of it, both sides are kind of splitting up just a little bit evenly on either side. We're really taking control of this point as this Doomfist and Tracer combination right now. Reinhardt slept for a couple of moments, and that will allow them to go right in. Rutgers gets bionated, great bionade from Cyrus. So it's not the key to go we were thinking that Cyrus was going to play, but instead, Shipley's just going to go ahead and reverse out, but it's going to be a fight win here, although they get rid of Mikey, but still the picks start to fall here for Maryville. They're off and running with 15%.
I mean, you want to talk about ult generation, and I mean, looking at Cyrus already almost 70% to the nano, and Tree doing Tree things on the Cassidy. I mean, you know, you didn't see them necessarily light up the kill feed. But, you know, we'll see how they progress through here. The positioning is going to be all important for Rutgers now as they try to take this point. They've got good engage material, especially with the amp speed, but huge nade comes through.
Huge nade comes through for Maryville for right now, but however, Rutgers is able to stave that off, and there's a double stun from Alter and the Tiny Hippo, which means Mikey is just going to pop off here in the back line, and that's exactly what it is. 3-3-1, you get rid of Mikey, but Mikey comes back so early on in Maryville, halfway through to getting point number 1.
I mean, we're talking about Cyrus being a popper. Well, Juby is nothing to be shaking his stick at in Chicken Doge there once again. Getting the work done, and the Deadeye from the top here. Taking a couple pot shots, just going to zone everybody out. That's exactly what they needed. And a good pulse bomb coming in from Shipley there will stop the aggression. The speed is off the table for now. Shatter, you know, 14% away. They're going to have engagement tools with this Blizzard as well as Clutch Key. So, I mean, they've got a lot of tools in their back pocket.
Yeah, they got a lot of this, and there's a lot of utility they will use. Already 3 ultimates being tossed down here, including that pulse bomb from earlier on, including that Deadeye, so it's actually 4. But Maryville throws everything in the kitchen sink except for a Meteor Strike, and 10% away. Cyrus has found 3. Final blows, and the healers are doing an immense amount of damage here as they're just going to keep this going. They are playing touch the spawn doors, which they absolutely will get. It's just the Lucio trying to touch, and it's a clean 100-0 here for Maryville to start us off on Ilios.
I mean, that had me on the edge of my chair, and Zip Chair Gaming, thank you for being a sponsor for us here through the CECC Last Chance Qualifiers. Saul Septilence's event that happened. We'll call it an event. Poor guy broke his chair. That chair has been on life support for the past couple of months now. But for Rutgers, they need to decide a target focus. They got a little bit disjointed, and yes, a lot of that was caused by the disruption that Mikey was giving to you, getting into the back line. You had Shipley on the Tracer, really providing, you know, the counterpoint to those dives that Mikey were putting in. So, I mean, for Rutgers right now, target focus has to be a main priority. Also, making sure that your pathing and your cooldown management is on lock, because this Maryville team will absolutely dissect you otherwise.
Let's see, they're going to get the Echo and the Widowmaker out. Meanwhile, Rutgers seeing if the Sombra may work out this time, and maybe to stop that Doomfist a little bit of Mikey especially, but let's see where they go here. And Mikey's going to win the duel out on Soap right now, so the 1v1 trade works out. And it's right now just this Widowmaker in a whole lot of trouble. Gets Tiny Hippo though, so the Widowmaker causing us some havoc as well, and this is again going to be Maryville starting us off on the right foot.
I mean, just the tracking to be able to trace down or focus down a Tracer like that. Cyrus and Shipley are just going to stop the aggression coming in right now. So Rutgers definitely up against it here on their control map. We're going to look and see for them to be able to kind of pull together as a 5 again, because they've been going in kind of staggered. That's a good kill from Alms, but, you know, the Widowmaker, I mean, yes, you got pick potential.
Wait.
No way.
What's going on? Hold on. So Mikey was on top of the entire ship, and then they just come on down. Also the key to go with them, but they paid dearly for it because Jay takes down, Jay is going to take down Juby in the meanwhile. So now it's kind of a back-off situation here, but it looks like they may be far enough to the spawn room where they might be able to get another fight in here coming up.
I mean, they're going to give a lot of pressure on the point, that's for sure. And it's just going to come down to whether or not Tree hits the shots here going through. They've got a good line of sight here on the point. But Venomine also giving them a little extra. And takes down the Kiriko as a matter of fact. What?
Wait!
I told you!
Tree, what? What?
I told you.
I'm speechless. Wait, what? I mean, what are we watching here? Tree just getting that absolute pick in 65%. Now they just got to get down to the Tracer here. But Rutgers, I mean, now they're going to be delayed even more, but they have absolutely no answers whatsoever here. And now they're going to use a Kitsune Rush coming out and seeing if this is going to do anything to Soap. Meanwhile, Soap is distracted for a couple of moments. We'll back right off, but Soap somehow still living, and Cyrus getting Soap in the meanwhile.
They're playing with their food. I'm going to be completely honest with everybody right now. They are playing with their food. I mean, and you know, it harkens me back to the days of Sugar Free. Tree is better, I think, than what Sugar Free was for, you know, contenders back in the day. And you know, we saw Sugar Free pop up in the trials for USA. And yeah, I mean, Shipley and company, they're just holding court here. There is going to be some contests on the point, and EMP should flip this over.
Well, let's see. EMP will be used, but it's going to get 2 of the support, and it will actually flip it on over. You're absolutely right on that. So Rutgers will take a look at their first percentages, but how long is this going to last is the question. Jay is able to take care of Cyrus, so Mikey no longer has anybody to keep him up except for a health pack, which is not available, runs towards it, but isn't going to find anything either, and Mikey's now gone, which means possibility here for Rutgers to get their first fence up.
I mean, they're going to have to get themselves on the point, and Shipley is kind of playing hall monitor in front of their spawn. And Shipley going over to a Sombra of their own. He uses they're just hacking, or they're just hanging out on top of the shuttle here. And Tiny Hippo Company, we're trying to get themselves through. This has just been a disappointing fight, and once again, Tree just so good.
Tree is just amazing here against Tiny Hippo. Imagine that headshot flick right there. Maybe getting one? No, it's going to be on taking down Cat God, aka Tree. So it's still looking like a fight win here and leading for Rutgers, but it looks like they're able to flip the point here for Maryville. They're actually going to flip it. Meteor Strike is down. Somebody's got to touch the point. Does anybody notice that the point's going down? No, not at all. So they're not going to be able to touch the point, and this is going to be a Maryville win here, and they're up 1-0 here in the series.
Oh, man. I mean, you just saw the power that Maryville has in spades. Put on full display here, Clutch. And for Rutgers, I mean, the fact that they flipped the point, I don't know if it's necessarily more to do with maybe playing with their food than it was really them getting, you know, a 5-man unit and getting the push going through, Clutch. So I think for Rutgers right now, the fact that you actually flip the point and start to actually make a good defense should give you a little bit of momentum going into our next map type, which is going to be Hybrid.
Yeah, and Hybrid is going to be very interesting to play with because here, I mean, you saw 2-0 on the scoreboard there. And, I mean, you take a look at overall things as well. Mind you, this entire game was basically in Maryville's hands. And you want to talk about a good DPS line. How about the support line as well? You're talking Kiriko and Lucio combination. Try 17 final blows between the two of them. I mean, 9 for the Lucio of Cyrus and 8 final blows as well for what I believe was Chicken Doge is Juby. So Juby and Cyrus doing some work overall, but the leading one, it's Tree. 10 final blows there as well. So, I mean, overall, this is such a performance here by Maryville, and it shows that with this team, even as the number 2 seed overall, they really want to make it to CECC Arlington.
I mean, they're going to face the winner of UCI and UCB, the California duel, in the West Regional Final. So, I mean, for Maryville right now, they just got to take care of business. I think that this is the spot to get into the CECC is in their own hands. I just think that they need to you know, put pen to paper, sign it, and get themselves a plane ticket to Arlington. Well, they'll go fly into DFW, but I mean, still, you know, sign your spot to Arlington, and we'll see them in May. So really, Rutgers are going to be up against it. Let's see if they got anything up their sleeve though when they come in with their map selection.
Well, their next map is actually going to be Escort here. So the next map is going to be very interesting because for the Widowmaker battle that we just saw from Tree, they're actually going to pick Junkertown, excuse me. They're actually going to pick Junkertown, a little bit more of an open map. I know we've seen snipers here before, maybe a little more open for the pharmacy combination as well. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do here. I know I see a lot of Wrecking Ball here as well. It could very well depend on what the current meta is. Again, only a couple of days off, mind you, before we get Season 4 and Life Weaver, mind you. So we had to mention that at least once. Woo! But yeah.
Life Weaver.
For real.
Ooh, everybody's hot under the collar for Light Weaver. Overwatch Twitter and Overwatch Reddit have gone absolutely insane.
Entire Overwatch social media, mind you. Even when Xbox posted it, everybody on Xbox, even those that don't play Overwatch, was commenting on it. But anyways, we won't go into that too far. Substitute coming in as well. Mikey is out, so now it's going to be Falls coming in for Mikey here at the same token. So maybe a little bit of a tank swap, and it's going to be a different role here, but it is going to be Clerky if this holds on the defensive side. It's going to be the Sigma coming out here on Junkertown to start.
Well, False has always been known more of as an off-tank specialist, especially when they played with Redbird previously. You know, you had Renner and False in the support line Definitely looking forward to seeing if they're selected, seeing Falls represent Canada in the Overwatch World Cup coming up very soon as well. So the Sigma versus Ramatra matchup can go pretty heavily one way if it's played the right way. I say that, so it's going to go ahead and swap. So here is the Wrecking Ball. This is definitely the EU and Australia preferred composition here for Junkertown, being able to disrupt the back. You don't allow the snipers to get the long range poke in there and going for one shot potential. So I mean, this is gonna be a very indicative of how Rutgers want to play. This is an early first kill. That is massive out of rushers.
Yeah, huge kill. Oms is able to take down Cyrus. Pretty big kill for them there. So it's gonna be interesting to see whether or not they still want to push this up for Maryville, or if they're gonna play a little bit more back. And instead, Cyrus deciding to go from the Mercy into the Ana instead. So, and this Widowmaker's in a whole lot of trouble. Yeah, but as long as Oms is on you, you better watch out. Maybe, I don't know, they don't have a third play either from the looks of it, and they will have, wow, I mean, Chicken Doe's able to take care of Jay in the process here, but for the attacking side, they're just stuck all over the place inside of this little room, and it's going to be Rutgers that takes advantage of this.
I mean, Tiny Overwatch definitely playing in favor for them right there, and Oms is getting a lot of work done on this Sombra, taking the utility away of a lot of these players, and controlling some of these mega packs. But Cyrus, once again, Seppi telling us that, you know what, they might be the hard carry. Well, soft carry, I'll definitely grant you. I really want to see what Tree can get done. They need to get their positioning right, and you need to have a little bit of extra help, either from a Zen, with Juby there beside them, being able to kind of spot check for them when walls come up. That'll really be the opportunity for them to take care of this Sombra.
I thought that arrow was going to hit the Sombra on the way out. That was going to be really close. But speaking of headshots, there goes Tree doing Tree things yet again, taking down Tiny Hippo. In the process on the far end, and Oms is going to spot that out right away. So the question is Oms going to go for this onto Tree, but maybe there's not much potential to do anything anyways because Jay goes down, and this is a slow but steady burn here coming out from Maryville. I mean, they're not really, or for Rutgers, they're not really being able to push up anything, and as I say that, Oms goes down as well, and you're going to lose your Sinjot in the same token.
I mean, greedy back line right now, single target healing, that's the other problem for them. And you're expecting that the Tracer and the Wrecking Ball can heal themselves up. They're just not playing it according to, what you would expect from them. They need to be a little bit more cognizant of where they go. EMP is going to come out here and deny the resources coming from these players. When I say that,
yep.
Shipley and Tree are absolutely nuts right now.
Yep, well, there's a kill onto Chicken Doe, aka Juby, so if you're going to start anywhere for Rutgers, this is the fight you want. It's still no EMP out for Oms. Soap now has the landmines available. Same thing. I mean, Rutgers is basically going to have 4 check marks to use here, maybe even 5 if they get out Tiny Hippo's one. And Cat God, though, there's Tree once again. Tiny Hippo's head just exposed for the masses, and down to 60 seconds left to go. It'll be interesting. Oh my God, Tree! What?
I mean, the fact that you saw Alms hit
no.
single, really, and you don't even get the confirmed kill. Oh, somebody clip that and give them shame on Twitter. Trying to solo Flux and Ana. Nene says altered arc. Now, they can go in with this EMP and really deny a lot of the sustain here for this Maryville team. They might actually have a chance to push through.
Yeah, Clerky got a little bit too, aka False rather. False got a little too greedy with it. And so, that does go down to an opportunity here. EMP is going to hit at least 3 people with it. And now Cyrus and this Widowmaker in a lot of trouble. Tree trying to peek them out, but nothing yet so far. It's going to get hacked, so it's a little bit more free room here for Rutgers at the very least. But is it going to be enough free room? And now the Hanzo's in a lot of trouble. Cyrus is going to try to heal them up as much as possible. And yes, actually Shipley is able to get out of there. And there's the kill onto the Sombra, the same token, but losing on it the same way. So now the Transcendence is going to come out to keep this team up. Clerky, or aka False rather. False and Soap both on the Wrecking Balls here to try to keep them up as long as possible. False is going to try to stall away the time here as overtime clock is activated, and now the slam down means that the only person left to go is this Wrecking Ball out of False, who's going to fall down. In the meanwhile, even though there's no more shields left to go, and somehow, some way, in the last seconds, Rutgers is going to add 2.5.
Oh boy, I mean, look, the troll factor is real. Let's be completely honest with each other here. I mean, we're getting some insane plays, yes. But I mean, if they were playing this to their full potential, there wouldn't have been a tick. They wouldn't have been able to capture point A. So, Oms, got the work done. Double pulse bomb kill from Jay. That's a big pick. This will give them lots of extra meterage going into their next fight, and they've got the mines as well. So touching the points can be a little bit hard for Maryville University here.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's going to be even worse when Jay is just in your back line, just wrecking house. And that's already 3 kills already, and now you're going to have the Widowmaker just backing off. Infrasight is out from Tree, and everybody is hiding, as you should, because Tree's been hitting some insane shots as of late. Now that Zenyatta's in a lot of trouble, has to use the Transcendence, but they had a Protection Suzu at the same time, so maybe a little bit of miscommunication in the process, but still Tree able to hit Jay in the head, and that Transcendence is just going to allow them to push forward. Tree getting arms, and that's just going to signal the fight over.
Well, Nano into the next fight for Rutgers is going to provide a lot of deniability of reclaiming the space from Maryville. Well, good lord, Tree is on one right now. I can't even put it into a better word. Tree is really on one right now. I can't put it into better words. Absolutely owning the lobby right now.
Oh my goodness, Tree right now is absolutely nuts. I mean, for this Cat God, not too shabby. 8 final blows, leads the entire lobby so far. Make it 9, and Cat God is just hitting every single headshot you want for this team right now, though it's going to be in a little bit of trouble, and Tree finally falls to the hands of Oms, but it's going to be the rest of the team following up as well. I mean, what do you do here with 35 seconds left to go?
Get as much meterage as you can. Invest heavy into this next fight. EMP plus a Nano Wrecking Ball should win you the fight and get you through. But okay, King is also on one. Has been landing these tree trunks. Poor Jay has been the recipient of so many headshots today. Yeah, King is also just absolutely lighting it up.
Oh, Kitsune rush to touch the spawn doors. 3 kills already fall here, making a 4th. And it's going to be very much so King hitting all the shots you want. Add on to Tree as well. They're going to use the landmines in the corner. And now the Dragon Strike just to deny them accessibility. So nobody else is going to be able to touch. And 1.55 meters is the result of Rutgers' push. And it's just for Maryville that much to give them the 2-0 lead.
It'll put him on champion, or it'll put him on grand finals point too. So for Rutgers, fundamental changes are gonna have to come out here. I mean, I like the Wrecking Ball. Just didn't see the same kind of value that Clerky was getting, aka Falls. Funny story there. Clerky is the esports director of Maryville, and they decided to rename their account after Clerky. So, a little bit of shenanigans going on in the naming department there from Maryville. But for Rutgers, I mean, the fact that they get point A, that's a feather in the cap. And I said that there was a troll factor going on. Oh, yeah, there was definitely a troll factor going on there. You saw that when Falls solo fluxed poor Altered Arc and doesn't even get the confirmed kill on the back of it. So, I mean, they're having fun. Rutgers is playing up as well as they can. I mean, there are moments where they are actually getting on top of Maryville as well, especially, Jay. I've been really impressed with their Tracer play. Getting a 2K onto the support duo of Maryville, that's not an easy thing to do. And they were fast on the trigger. Yes, they took a lot of the brunt of damage coming in from King and Tree. But, they never stop. They never say die. Love the heart, love the spirit, love the passion. Let's see what Rutgers have now for their defense. It's going to be the same composition that comes out here. A little bit easier to play a defensive Sombra. You can control health packs a lot better. You can get a lot more reconnaissance. And you're not, trying to insert yourself as the main damage dealer.
Well, it's going to be Clerky coming out on this, basically Falls coming out on this Doomfist right now to see if they can get any picks in the back line. But look how far they're pushing them all the way back. I mean, there's not a single soul here in the front line. They're just all backed up already. Om's just going to trade out Tree for Jay. So that's not too bad if you're Rutgers right now. Payload really isn't moving, but instead now it's going to be a change from Falls into the Wrecking Ball. And actually Tree no longer on Headshot Widowmaker. It's actually going to go to the Tracer instead.
If you thought the hit scan heroes were good, wait till you see the movement and just the fluidity of this Tracer that'll come through. But Om's actually picking up 2. The cart is rolling. They're going to get it to second archway here. I think that's where we're going to stop. And we're going to really have to plant our feet here. Clerky over to a Wrecking Ball of their own. So out with the Doomfist, in with the Wrecking Ball.
In with the Wrecking Ball. Here we go. Still Shipley, rather, is going to be on this Hanzo in the meanwhile here, so still pretty interesting to see that they are on the long one. But for right now, King's still looking to hit some shots. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. The Wrecking Ball in a little bit of trouble with that Orb of Discord, and rather both Orb of Discord is really going to do a lot of damage here. But it is going to be Tree that's a little bit more of that Orb of Discord value, and it's Cyrus trading out with that Kiriko, and this is going to be a push here coming up, and probably going to be the first point as well. Pulse Bomb out is going to find at least Altered Arc, and there's your push up, and there's another 2.5 added to the bank.
Yep, I mean, they've got Nano coming into this fight for Redker, so there is opportunities for them to plant their feet. And I mean, bye-bye Soap. Yeah, Soap is just getting caught out a little too much.
I want to point out, they still haven't pushed this up to the point. They have touched the spawn doors, but nobody is on the cart. Okay, they heard me, finally, but now somebody's contesting here on the cart, and I'm not too sure what the battle on the cart is going to be. I'm pretty sure that might be Oms in the back line. And it's Oms taking on the world here, but there you go. Now it's the point captured, and now they got to back off. But Cyrus getting a kill onto Jay, that's huge for them. And now they're inside the spawn door, so the spawn door no longer protects you. So it's just the Ana and the Zenyatta basically fighting for their lives. The Transcendence will come out, and that's going to allow Altered Arc to come in. And Tiny Hipple's actually nano boosted while in there. At the same token, there's a fight in the side room. Never thought I'd see this, and they traded out for a while here, but it's still Oms and this Ana staying alive. Altered Arc is somehow staying up with the rest of the team. Pulse Bomb is out. It will find Altered Arc, but what a fight this is going on. What in the world?
I mean, I hear Yakety Sax playing in the background right now from Benny Hill, and they're just having a good old time here. 3 ultimates in this fight. I mean, Alms doesn't even get a chance to press the Q button there and go in with it. 2 meters to go. Still 3:30 on the clock.
Yep, still at 3.5. This is basically your map right here. Is King is able to take care of business on the Hanzo, is able to take care of Altered Arc. Huge for them. And still, it is King showing up with the crown. 3 kills already, and Maryville just absolutely cruising on through Junkertown, and they're up in the series 2-0, looking at Grand Finals point.
Woo. Okay, Maryville not as trolly there on their attack phase.
Nope.
And Shipley actually getting the POTG here, really putting it into work on the Archer. I mean, look at some of these shots. How? Just weird. I mean, just so good. So good. Really did put it on the back there. And yeah, I mean, just that angle is disgusting.
Absolutely.
The angle is disgusting. The game awareness is disgusting. The confidence is definitely flowing up in St. Louis tonight. This Rutgers team are definitely up against it here. I mean, the miracle run might be coming to an end, but it's going to be entertaining until we get to the end of it.
Yeah, you want to talk about final blows as well. Om's trying to carry the team for Rutgers with 11 final blows, but for Tree, for King, having fun. 15 final blows to each of them. I mean, 30 total final blows overall for the combination of Tree and King, and right now, Maryville sitting on top of the throne of this series, 2-0 at the current moment. Again, winner taking on either UC Irvine or the Bears of Berkeley. So right now, and we'll try to figure out who it is as of the current moment. We don't have an update for you right now on our bracket side, but of course you'll see it on your screen when we head to break here when we just find out who that is. But for right now, Maryville sitting on match point, sitting on grand finals looking point right now, and next map coming up is going to be hybrids. So I mean, is there a map other than King's Row maybe you could imagine here for Rutgers to try to save themselves from the sweep? Oh, actually, excuse me. Push is going to be the next map. So is there a push map that you think is going to be able to save this team of Rutgers to try to move on in?
As long as they don't go to Coliseo. Yes. Coliseo would be an instant death trap for them. I think that between Esperanza and New Queen Street, I'd have to lean towards Canada. One, because I love the map. It's my old stomping ground. Well, kind of my old stomping grounds back in the day when I was a kid. But I think that Esperanza is way too open to allow a player like Tree to have free reign. So at least with New Queen Street, while there are nooks and crannies in the map, it's not the same open layout that an Esperanza is, and that you can just come out of nowhere into the back line and throw a pulse bomb and get a 3K. So they're going to have a little bit better vision going up against Tree and Shipley here. I think that if Clerky stays in false, stays in, I mean, the Wrecking Ball is a definite choice to go with. If Mikey comes back in for this map, You'd be looking at Arisa, you'd be looking at the Reinhardt, you'd be looking at maybe Sigma as well. So there are definitely choices here for Rutgers. You know, if it is Canada, if it is New Queen Street that we go to, they're going to have to take the aggression. And it is, in fact, going to be New Queen Street that we go to. The curling center here is always one of my favorites to start on this side of the map. The other side, it's okay, but this is much better. I did curling when I was a kid, and it was a lot of fun. But for Maryville, I mean, like I said, just taking care of business and coming out with a clean 3-0 and waiting for the winner of the Duel of California. This is going to be the position that they really want to set themselves into.
Yep, let's see if the sweep will come out. Will the Broom peek out of the closet here for Maryville, or will the Scarlet Knights be able to take a map off of what has so far been a good Maryville run thus far? Take this to game number 4 into Escort, but already you're going to see King on the Soldier, but Soap onto the Reinhardt now, taking on Clerky and taking on that Diva, but Brawl Composition will win here, but they're still stuck in the side room, which means a lot of pressure on either side of you here, especially with the Soldier hitting shots the way they have been so far in this game. Somebody push up here for Maryville, but Rutgers is going to try to get out of this room, try to swing away at anybody, but with that Orb of Discord on the Reinhardt, it's really, really going to be tough for them to get out of this, and just so Maryville is going to be able to push the bot.
Once Soap goes down in this composition, it's free reign for Maryville to just do whatever they want. And you know, I think that's why we see now going over to Doomfist lots of abilities to be able to reposition yourself. You can absorb damage. The mitigation will be good as well. Also, the ultimate, of course, is a get out of jail free card. But Cyrus, hello, the fadeaway Kobe. Kunai to the head. I mean, look at this. You've got both the supports in the kill feed and really are taking it to this Rutgers squad. Alms is back onto the Sombra. Sombra is not going to get a lot of work done here.
Look at where Cyrus is. Cyrus is playing with fire. Is able to get out with the rest of the team because they're so far pushed up anyways. They're going to get the first checkpoint out of this with Tiny Hippo able to find a kill onto Cyrus. Pays dearly for it for right now. Tracer able to get out. But Soap going down yet again super early on. And so Rutgers having to back off already even though they've got the first checkpoint. And now it's still King just absolutely with this godlike game. And now it's going to get even better with the tactical visor coming out. Alms is able to take down a Chicken Note in the back line there. So going to be pretty interesting to see if they're going to let this robot go, which for right now they will, and the Soldier backs up. Though the rest of the team, look what they are. They're still absolutely dominating the back line here, and so the split push will work, and they're going to use the Kitsune Rush to get rid of Soap and the rest of the team, and it's still Maryville pushing up.
I mean, they're investing early. This decision-making here from Maryville is on par with just some beautiful work, and I mean, you can't deny the power of this Maryville squad. So this is going to be a very interesting situation for Rutgers to try and turn themselves around. But they do have EMP. That'll definitely put a stop to Quirky and Cat God for a couple of seconds.
Let's take a look. Kitsune Rush is out for Altered Arc, but maybe that Kitsune Rush doesn't even matter for right now, as already, and everybody will rewind. Protection Suzu there, and it's just a look around. It's a good capture there by our observer there to capture what was, I don't even know what to call it at this point.
Okay, so Tree just waited for the Meteor Strike to come down and sticks them as they make contact with the ground, and then they do their seismic slam away and blows up in midair.
Yeah, wow. I don't know what to say about that one, but anyways, Soap was able to use the sound barrier to, or rather Tiny Hippo was using the sound barrier to give Soap some kills here, and Soap's got 3, so potentially play the game scenario for Soap, but instead it's going to be Rutgers' first look at a fight win here, but they got a lot to go.
They have a ton to go right now, and I mean, Clerky is doing what you would want to see on a Wrecking Ball, not relying on the healers, but looking for those secondary health packs and the mega health packs, and you know what? Working in here, I mean, they're getting the work done. This is going to be Soap going down again. I say that, great Suzu came in from Altered Arc.
Yeah, huge Suzu to keep them up, but it doesn't matter. Tiny Hippo also down, so you're down to Kiriko healing, and Kiriko v Kiriko. Cyrus is going to win that one in the mirror battle for right now. Soap with no longer of a block on the punch and 6 minutes left to go. I mean, Maryville's looking at completing this map even before the 5-minute mark right now.
Yep, and I mean, Mines right now from Clerky can hold Rutgers away from the final completion point. And this tack visor, I mean, if Clerky gets a decent enough pile driver in on the next engagement, this is going to be massive.
That pulse bomb on Soap doesn't really help you either, and so now it's going to be a tactical visor from Shipley, and Shipley's found 3. This is King putting on the crown yet again. It's going to be another big fight here, and again, touch the spawn doors. They've got them denied at 1 spawn door for right now. Soap is going to take so much damage anyways, and it's going to be the landmines as well. You're down to the final 10 meters left to go before this robot touches the completion point. Down to 4. Is anybody going to be able to touch? It is Tiny Hippo that touches alongside of a Kiriko, but Tiny Hippo going down. Supports are down. It's just down to a Tracer. It's down to a Sombra. Kitsune Rush is going to basically secure the rest of this fight. It's just the Sombra left to go. And Maryville with a convincing sweep of Rutgers and is going to be headed to the grand finals here of the last chance qualifiers.
Oh man, that is just comprehensive out of Maryville, and I mean the supports were the star. I mean Tree and King are nuts, but Juby and Cyrus don't mess with them. Don't mess with them. I have been saying healers heal thyself, healer frag yourself, and they did just that all series long. So now they're going to await the Battle of California for the right to play this Maryville squad. For the last spot available, this is our LCQ for CECC 2023. Clutch Key, Maryville looking pretty darn scary right now.
Yeah, Maryville is looking scary. They look like they want to get that final spot into the CECC Arlington, but right now they are just 1 step away from doing so. And in fact, that 1 step away will go through the route of California, either through UC Irvine or through Berkeley. So it's going to be very interesting to find out which team will advance on. So Rutgers out of a scenario for CECC Arlington. Meanwhile, Maryville, again, 1 step away. Either will take on the Anteaters or will take on the Golden Bears. In the process, though, we still going to find out who the opponent is. We know Maryville's in, but who will it be, UCI or Cal? We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we will have for you the grand finals of the last chance qualifiers. Who is headed to Arlington? We will find out on the other side of this break.
That is the important part at the moment. Clears a must for UA, and it's just not in the cards at the moment.
Dripsy! Dripsy connects off the backboard! What a shot! I watched it unfold slowly. You stopped speaking at just the right moment.
Valorant is often called a team-based shooter, but sometimes it can't just be about the team. Sometimes you gotta have those hero plays. Spec wanted to spray and pray and was actually able to save the day for SVSU, tying up the series 7-7.
Hard B push here. 2 Omen smokes coming out. 1. Oh, Spec just finds 3. What? Spraying through the smoke? Oh, what, Spec? That's not legal, man. That's not legal. This is match day 2 of the ECAC League. You can't be doing that right now. Spec just goes with the call.
Here in this clip, Fanshawe finds themselves with their backs against the wall, 20 seconds left on the clock, and they're desperate to take down Wake Forest. They don't have anything to get through this team, they don't have any weapons on the field, but with Jackie Moon in the wings, at least they had a sniper.
Apparently. Guys gonna believe all the shots. Oh, a sniper! Jackie Moon from about midway through. What a shot right here from Jackie.
Wow, good eye sniper. Yes, sir. Jackie Moon puts us on the right side. A little bit more to the left. This one would have been...
Here in this clip, we're going to get a great moment from a Pac-Man, and as a Pac-Man player, I was super excited to see it. We're going to hear a lot of praise from our commentators giving Mosey those compliments of choosing Snake against Pac-Man, a great counter pick. They were super excited to see a Snake on the field, but even without their blessing, Trollery does not yield.
Approach, but like you said, he's trying to play this safe because losing a stock right now for Concord would be really bad, and, well, a little bit of commentator's curse there. We kind of willed that one into existence. Oh, man. Oh my goodness! What?
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, Septilence, how could that be all we got from weeks number 1 and 2? Please tell me there's more. If you like what you saw, you've got to go check out ECAC Esports on all social media platforms. Please see what they're bringing to the table. It is great collegiate esports week after week. On the bright side, folks, this is just the beginning. We've got the whole rest of what is guaranteed to be a great season ahead of us. Thank you so much for joining me for this recap, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Collegiate Esport Commissioners Cup. I am Septilence, and I get a really neat opportunity here. We get to interview Burns from E United. Burns, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. We're on day 2 of the event. It's been a fantastic one. I ran into you yesterday, but we were running around like chickens with our heads off, and it has been, I mean, how has your time been here? What has this event kind of been like?
Yeah, it's great. I just love being in the passion pit, seeing all the college kids go at it. Reminds me of like an old school MLG event almost, but being like in the epicenter of the passion pit, seeing Rocket League, Valorant, Overwatch, and Smash, just it's amazing to see all of these schools compete against each other and get a shot to play on this main stage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And tell us a little bit about kind of what is E United, right? Because we know that you're here, we know you're here to represent them, but for the people that don't know, what is E United?
Yeah, E United was founded in 2016. We're a professional esports organization. We've been in League of Legends, Overwatch, all the way to Battle Right, I think it was called back in the day. Right now in 2022, we are in Gears of War, Halo, Rocket League, PUBG, and announcing a new title tomorrow. I know, get the small intel here. So it's a lot of fun. I went pro in Call of Duty when I was younger. I ended up playing my last event under E United, switched in 2016, and I've been the GM ever since. So it's a true blessing to be able to stay with an organization for as long as I have, and we love giving back to the collegiate community. I actually graduated from Full Sail in 2013.
I was a little confused about the jersey.
Yeah, so the Full Sail boys are out of the tournament, unfortunately, but I decided I would rep them today in their honor. Yeah, it's just great. I love working with younger individuals who are trying to find their path in esports, and these college kids are really showing what they're all about.
Yeah, so to be kind of an ex-pro player, where a collegiate scene at the time didn't exist, especially not to the scale right now, what is it like to see such high levels of success, such high levels of support for something that you weren't able to kind of get as much support in at the time, something that was looked down on a lot more?
Yeah, I'm extremely jealous. That's all I can say. Full Sail started their program in 2017. When I was there in 2011 and 12, it was just a bunch of nerds running around, just creating their own clubs. I was still striving to go pro, but now you have these opportunities to play on main stage, play in front of thousands of people. We just had locals back in the day. You would show up and play for like $200, $100. It was like lunch money. Now these kids are playing for scholarships. They're playing for fame. They could pop off here and end up getting a sponsor for $10,000 or $20,000 from somebody. So the opportunities are just endless at the moment, and I think it's just great that you basically can prove yourself and make anything happen right now.
It's instead of kind of what you had gone through being in college and also trying to go pro, these kids can try to go pro while being in college. It's hand in hand instead of those two kind of battling kind of matchups. So if somebody's trying to go pro, right, they're like, Burns, I want to be you one day. I want to be the GM of E United one day. What is that first step to really take it from a hobby to a passion, to a job?
Yeah, I think I've told this story a lot, but it's really, I thought about going pro every night before I went to bed. Like, I lived and breathed Call of Duty for years. It was my life. I had to skip dinner sometimes. I had to skip family functions, and my family didn't really understand, but it was what I wanted to do, and it all worked out. But at the end of the day, you always need to kind of be organized. You have to have the ability to not put all of your eggs in one basket. So even though it worked out for me, there are so many opportunities in esports. There's being a caster or interviewing people. There's working in production. There's helping people get waters. Like, literally, there are so many opportunities. So, oh, this crowd's awesome.
They're going crazy, dude. They stayed on their last life right now.
Off subject, Smash, regardless if it's middle school, high school, college, it pops off all the time. I love it.
Well, Burns, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, guys.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to ECAC Top Plays of the Week. I am Septilence, and let me tell you what, right away, if you thought last week's clips were great from weeks 1 and 2, your minds are going to be blown here in week number 3. Let's take a look at what these players brought to the table this week. We wanted a banger to kick things off strong in our 8th slot of the week, and let me tell you what, CU definitely coming in clutch. They're already up a couple of points, but they want to make sure they can walk away victorious in game number 1 with a pretty good pinch from Pancake.
Yeah. Ooh. Another good shot. Pancake with that shot.
Oh,
get your syrup and your chocolate chips out, because this pancake is looking tasty.
With only 60 seconds on the clock, the University of Kentucky was feeling great. They'd already won a fight, Midtown was within their grasp as they only needed to secure one more fight win to full hold Bryant University. But Klaus knew, sometimes it's not just about winning. Sometimes it's about sending a message.
Okay, they've got to move. There's the initial hack. Klaus down like the cat among the pigeons. And there's not a lot of coming back from that one. The fun, it's...
RPI found themselves with their backs against the wall on bind. They were 2-round losses away from losing the map and the series being tied up 1-1, going all the way to map number 3. They needed a hero. They needed somebody to guide them to the promised land, and it was Moses with a 3-piece that secured the deal and won them their 9th round.
The team, Southern Arkansas, will make it free and clear, taking on the site, unless Moses able to lock it down with a 3K. It's all up to the singular Briani, who's nowhere to be found.
That must have been, he just walked through.
CU did such a good job this week that we want to highlight them not once, but twice. This time the attention pulling over to Lyric, who gives us a great aerial coast-to-coast play and seals the deal with what looks like a 0-degree goal to put CU just 1 point further in the lead.
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful aerial goal.
Could have said it better myself. Look at how Lyric creates space. And the accuracy. Does it get any better than that?
It really doesn't.
For this next clip, we're jumping over to a Smash crew battle where things are looking good. All 3 players alive on both sides, and Bounce with 3 stocks against their opponent, Sam Kalta. Bounce finds an amazing snipe off stage to guarantee Sam's first stock be taken off the board, putting Bounce's team in the lead.
Unlike
but that nice neutral B off
beautiful
stage.
Snipe. You love to see that one.
Week number 3 was the week of Rocket League, the week of CU in particular. Lyric, just when you think this team can't come out any stronger, finds a 3-second goal against CMCC that just showed the dominance CU was willing to come out with here in week 3.
We are 3
Oh my god.
seconds into game
You don't get much
number
better
2.
than that. That was awesome.
Oh man, that was beautiful. Ceramics, pedal to the metal right there. Foot on the gas pedal.
With a 1-round lead on Ascent, Suni Canton was feeling a little bit shaky, and it was up to Lil J to make some big moves.
You got dash. Not gonna go for it. Get all the way out of that one and fake the dash away so they know about him close. Well, the Roomba will give it away. Let's tuck the nade though, so definitely gonna stay alive.
Party's
Okay.
over.
Good. All right.
Spike down B.
Jinx, bro. Yummy a soda now.
Love that.
Oh, the timing.
I like the gust.
One enemy remaining.
Ace.
Fantastic Lil J ace on its way. Happy to have it. 5-3. Sunny Canton.
Things were looking bleak for the University of Kentucky on the 5th and final map, but the momentum started to shift when Klaus decided the chaos needed to end a little quicker.
Who just won't be able to survive on the point all that long. Nurik finds Rimru. High noon for 3 for Klaus at the last possible second to secure a cap and buy them a stay of execution.
And with that, folks, ECAC highlights of Week 3 have come to a close. Let me tell you, it's been a pleasure getting to reminisce on all of these fantastic moments with you. Check your posture, drink some water, don't forget to love each other, and we'll see you next time.
We're at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's gonna
jumped into it. This corner judge is good for 1, 2, dip. He needs more. They're doing even more here.
You gotta touch the point. Mr. Collins walks it in. Toy Boy, just gonna drop.
Knife him.
Right out in front.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Johnny.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back for week number 4 of the ECAC Top 8 Plays of the Week. Now, at this point, you're probably realizing two things. One, that's right, I'm going to be with you all season long as we jump through the best moments of every week. And number 2, wow, Septilence really only wears one thing when he's not on the clock. And I can't even defend myself, it's a comfortable outfit. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into week number 4 and see what these players brought to the table to beat out their opponents and be victorious. Wake Forest was already up a game, there were 4 minutes left on the clock, and they just couldn't find that first point to take the lead and put them up 2-0 in the series. But in a final moment of success, Malone clears it from one coast to another and finds an open goal, giving Wake Forest the lead once again.
These Champ 3 and Champ 2 is doing. I mean, seriously, look at Malone making advantages for himself.
Wow.
And he will put Wake Forest on the map. This game number 5 could just go their way.
I just want to say Malone just said, I'm going to show you what a Champ 3 can do. All right, buddy?
On a control map in Overwatch, your team must capture 100% of a point to succeed. 99 just won't cut it. King Rock from Keene University was fully aware of that and didn't just find a Death Blossom. He found a full-blown Death Garden to keep his team alive.
Sound barrier to go away as well, especially now that you have your own. It's going to be a little bit more breathing room. Doesn't look like the one. Okay, there we are. Now it's coming up big. This Reaper has bloomed.
That was just gorgeous amount of patience coming.
GVSU Blue found themselves up by 5 rounds, and it's always better to turn that 5 into a 6. It's incredible, however, that this team doesn't always need all 5. It can come down to just one player and how much they can really GVS do.
An Illusion delivers with efficiency. 3 in a row. No time left, even if they had the chance an orbital strike out of the last.
This battle between Muskingum and St. Francis was insanely close. Only 3 players in a round, and there were 1 player left on both sides, both down to their final stock. Things were looking pretty strong for St. Francis, their Luigi only at 40%, but it was up to Splat to do anything but.
There. Just keep him off stage with that Zare. Oh!
If that
spot right here for Teo.
If that block didn't disappear,
oh
no way!
Oh! Just steps on the
pressure plate.
A tale as old as time, Pace White versus Pace Gold, and Pace White's morale was through the roof as they won a fight, but little did they know, this was Lofi's world, and they wouldn't be living in it for much longer.
Going in with the blade. Uh-oh, blade is out. It's hacked. It doesn't matter, though. Slashes away for 2. Looking for a 3rd. Looking for 4. Won't get it just yet on the blade. However, the slash and dash works out. Lofi's got 3. Looking for everybody else on this team. It's a white.
The Inkling versus Ganondorf matchup is not very good for Ganondorf, but let's be honest, which matchups are? In this clip, we're going to be watching as JD from Fisher learns the hard way that you never really want to meet an Inkling off stage.
Sooner if you don't find that kill confirm or that kill or a bomb off stage like that.
That bomb angle.
Guarding is so good today.
Yeah, that bomb angle was beautiful.
Week 4 of ECAC Rocket League was absolutely insane. CMU and FC were tied up 0-0, but it was Gand who told FC they shall not pass game number 2.
Side of FC, they've only got 1 player for a moment there. They're trying to recollect, they're trying to reposition, but how do you position around a pinpoint accurate shot like this? Gand goes crossbar down for the first goal.
Adams in reverse, backed the defense off with that.
Whenever I'm on the mic for Valorant, you'll often hear the line, check your corners, repeated over and over and over again. And even with me not on the mic to tell them, I have a feeling this team may have learned that lesson.
Nah, he's got to take the shot.
Take it.
Oh yeah, because sounds of teammates running on through and come on dive. The 4K on a completely unaware trio. And it's 11-0 right now.
And those are the top 8 moments we thought deserved just a little bit more time in the spotlight of week number 4 here at ECAC. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're interested in what ECAC has going on, we got something happening nearly every day of the week. So check us out right here. Editor, it's a challenge for you. Wink, wink. And folks, this has been all from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy this, and we've got plenty of weeks down the line. Can't wait to see what comes of them.
And there's so many other jobs as well that can translate out of this experience in esports. The only path is not just as a player. I think all of us are representative of jobs in esports, but it mirrors traditional sports in pretty much the same way. You've got, broadcasters, you've got production people, you've got marketing and sales, and now NIL and things like that. But really, esports is kind of a great accelerator for a lot of new businesses that are coming up in the metaverse and Web3, and there's a lot of new technology that is going to be needed. And so these STEM students that are also esports athletes are really the future workforce and leaders of tomorrow. And us, as well as all of our brand partners that we work with, really recognize this. And I think that's really, a key driver of why brands are in this space. They want to be part of building that future workforce and leadership and shaping it and supporting it. So, yeah, it's been a very interesting space to watch.
And we offer such a big, we offer such a big counterpart to traditional sports also, because it's a counterpart, but it's also the same, is what I'm trying to say. Because when you're traditional sports and they're done after their 2-a-day workout and they're done after their practice scrim, they're coming home to play Call of Duty and relax and put their feet up and get a drink and play video games. It grows their brain, problem-solving skills, and their hand-eye coordination while they're home. Hand-eye coordination, if you're a football player, massive skill. So it helps build those things while they're off the field. And then for us, vice versa, if you're an esports athlete, one of the errors I had growing up when I was competing in esports is that I was not active enough. I played sports, I competed a little bit, but I wasn't active enough truly when I look at it. So that's one area that esports players can learn from in terms of activity and physical and the marrying of both. People say, oh, sports and esports, video games. Not really. We're just kind of the tech industry's competitive form of competition, as to where traditional sports are more physical, hands-on. So I believe in the marrying of these two sectors and that they actually live together while also being counterparts.
Well, I think then to speak to something about marrying, right, from traditional to esports, that to me speaks to this whole new thing, at least again from you guys, right? You guys have more traditional sports background, right? Paul, Lee, Mike, and all of that. But I think let's talk NIL then, because I think that's something that I think is really interesting, that at least when I heard about it, right, of what we're trying to do with, esports athletes, schools, programs in general, because it wasn't something you would think normally, right? You could understand, right, football player on the field, star quarterback, it makes sense, right? The guy is somebody that everybody knows on campus, whether you're on the team, off the team, or you're just going to the school, it makes sense. But I think, nowadays it's not as common, or people don't think that they could be somebody that their name is out there, right? Or that they're known, right? As we're growing this space, as we're putting this together, it almost feels really interesting that, your star entry in Valorant, or your star forward on Rocket League, right? Whatever the case might be, now they can have NIL deals. It's a thing out there, and I think, I don't know, maybe Mike, you want to start off? But
I think thank you for teeing that up. So I was talking for too long. I forgot to bring NIL into the mix. So it's a common occurrence, occupational hazard. So I would say that so NIL for I'm sure most of you watching understand what it is, but NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. Name, image, and likeness, that term has been utilized to describe the transition of traditional student athletes, NCAA athletes, and their ability to monetize their name, image, and likeness. It went live July 1st, 2021, and it has continued over the course of the last nearly 14 months now. It's an interesting term because it's been co-opted to describe the NCAA's approach to student athletes being able to make endorsement money or be able to monetize any part of their name, image, and likeness. But it's been around forever, right? We've had athletes endorsing brands for over 100 years. Babe Ruth of the New York Yankees was endorsing brands 100 years ago, and it has continued onward from baseball cards all the way through now, where we have lots of different integrations of how influencers can monetize their followings. So what I would say on the traditional side is it's still a very young space. There are a lot of stories out there regarding NIL that tend to focus on the negative or how out of control, I put in air quotes, it has gotten. But there is still a burgeoning marketplace for many more student athletes that are involved. About 17% of NCAA athletes are currently involved in NIL, but 65% more than that want to get involved and are curious how to get started. On the flip side, brands are challenged with a few different things in the space. There are 10,000 professional athletes in the United States. Once July 1st, 2021 hit, and you dump every NCAA athlete into that space, that's another 500,000. So brands that maybe didn't have a dedicated athlete strategy when there were 10,000 now have 500,000 plus that 10,000 to figure out how to activate who they are. That's a lot. I understand brands' hesitancy in some instances, but I can tell you that companies like us are on a daily basis educating brands and student athletes as to the software you can use, the types of activations you can get involved in, and how to utilize your followings, or if you don't have to or want to be a social media star, are there ways in which you can monetize it? Now, I know I described that under the umbrella of the NCAA, but I see it as being no different in esports. I think there are massive opportunities for people with followings to be able to use that and connect with brands. I think a company like us can help you to do that. And then beyond that, we can make sure that those transactions are safe for you. I think there are opportunities, not just at the individual competitor level, but at the program level to have a sponsorship go to that. I'm sure some of you out there listening and watching already have deals like that in place, but I think we can continue to enhance, augment those deals and make them more comprehensive and make them, first of all, I think product deals are perfectly fine, but I think we can get beyond that and grow some of these deals to a greater extent. Paulie, thoughts on that?
Yeah, what you said is right. So I'll put it in for layman's terms here for just the esports players, because I talk to so many of our athletes that compete in our CECC series that are currently still in college. And basically when Mike Blewett says NIL, what he's referring to is just very simple. If a brand or any sort of anyone wants to use your school's name or your brand or anything with you, there is a deal for you that can be put in place, whether it's product deal, whether it's a paid endorsement. You can, whether you're a macro influencer or whether you're a micro influencer, you can be paid for your services. So most of the people, when I talk to them, I won't say people, college athletes, they are, intimidated by the word. They don't really know what it means. They've never done anything with it before. And that's what it means. Any single time a brand or anyone at all wants to use your name or do a deal with you or do some sort of activation with you or your school, that's basically what the layman's terms, the NIL meaning comes from. And it's evolving in this space. There are so many brands that want to associate with micro and macro influencers and just get people involved with their products or their services. So all of you, collegiate athletes out there that are competing in esports, not only are we trying to broker those deals, but also keep your
Welcome back, everybody, inside of the booth here, Clutch Key alongside Chef Billy, and it is time to determine the one team that is headed to CECC Arlington. Maryville, the Saints, having to play 4 games to get here, taking on the Anteaters of UC Irvine, having to play 3 to get here inside of this entire 2-bracket, the West versus the East, the Anteaters versus the Saints. Who will make it to CECC Arlington? And Billy, this is going to be a good showdown here. I got some stats, but first and foremost, 2 very, very good teams to get here to the grand finals of the LCQ.
I mean, UC Irvine is stacked with talent. Let me be first and foremost with that. Not to mention that we just had 2 of the members of UC Irvine playing in the Pro-Am, trying to qualify for the Pro-Am tournament or the Pro-Am finals there with the Overwatch League. That would be XCal and Otters playing for Timeless and Trick Room, respectively. We've got Tier 2 and Tier 3 royalty here. Zerocious is one of my favorite players just because of the name alone. But I mean, you're also looking at Psy and you're looking at Light. Light has a long storied history. One of my first DPS players that I actually had cast as a caster coming up in the PC scene. Once I made the transfer over from console to PC, Light was in those early days for me. So I'm glad to see them still flourishing in the scene. Romani is an absolute beast on the tank, and Supreme coming back to the scene, having previously been with Dark Mode, NA, Drifters, and Skyfoxes way back when. Also had a stint on Susanoo as a coach. So seeing this gamer back in the scene as well. They've really coalesced around each other. They put a good squad together. Maryville are not going to be able to play with their food this time in the grand final.
Yeah, and we saw Maryville be absolutely dominating. And speaking of domination, you go through their entire bracket. Actually, between these two teams, you're looking at what is a very essential dominating bracket. Not a single map drop between either of these teams, except for Maryville in the semifinals of the Eastern bracket against the University of St. Thomas. That has been it. That was a 2-1 there in the best of threes. The only maps that have been best of fives is in the finals in each of the bracket, plus the LCQ finals right here. So we're about to score off here, but for UCI, their matchup 2-0 versus UNLV, 2-0 versus UC San Diego. Both teams they saw in the CECC West, or rather, both teams we saw in the CECC West, not for UC Irvine, who was not there, but 3-0 against Cal in the Western Finals as well. So the Battle of California won all in all by the Anteaters, and rightfully so, as you were saying. Some Tier 2, Tier 3 rivalry coming out for you, rather, Tier 2, Tier 3 royalty, rather, coming out for you on both UCI and Maryville's side. So we're in for a good game here. And Maryville, like you were saying, talking about the fact that they're not going to be able to play with their food. Going back to their last game, they pretty much were dining on an all-you-can-eat buffet. Cat God, a.k.a. Tree, 29 final blows. King, or Shipley in this case, 33 final blows total between the three maps. And Cyrus, by the way, playing a Lucio on the first map, and then the next two on Kiriko, matching up with the DPSs of 27 final blows. And all three of those guys, three deaths on average per map. I mean, that's absolutely insane to think about that. I mean, just how good these players are. But now we're going to get to taste what is essentially a steakhouse of gaming, if you will, for Overwatch 2 action coming up, because this is going to be prime gaming, intense gaming coming up here in a little while.
I mean, this is A5 Wagyu, honestly.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's going to melt in your mouth. It's going to leave you very satisfied. So, it's all down to this. Whoever wins this gets that last spot into Arlington in May. And I tell you what, we're going to see a bit more seriousness come out of Maryville here this time, because, I mean, they recognize the people on the other side. They played against them for years now in the contenders in the Path to Pro ecosystem. So this is where I think the beauty of collegiate versus Path to Pro really does meet, and I think it's the genesis of something beautiful that we have been looking forward to, seeing how the two ecosystems can combine. This is it here for the CECC 2023. And now, you know, our first map of the day. Of course, it's going to be Control. We're going to start in Oasis today, Clutch.
Oasis. But anyways, so for Oasis. But anyways, very first map, where yes, we are going to see is Oasis here. And I don't think I've seen this for some time, because a lot of teams tend to go for Lijiang Tower, tend to go for Ilios in terms of control map. Really haven't seen, I mean, even Busan, behind the scenes as well, a little bit of behind the scenes story in the chat, which our observer gratefully took a picture of for us. Everybody was saying that Busan was going to be a fun map, and unfortunately the rule set has us taken to Oasis for the very first map. So, I mean, this would be very interesting to look at, and starting lineups are also here as well. Basically, for Maryville, it's going to be the same thing. Clorky is going to be Clorky, Shipley, Cat God, Cyrus, and Chicken Doge. The same thing you saw here on stream earlier for UC Irvine, Romani, Zerocious, XCal, Supreme, Otters. Again, a lot of people you've seen in the Tier 2, Tier 3 scene about to go down right now as we head into Oasis. And again, haven't really seen this, but what kind of compositions are you kind of expecting here depending on the first map?
I mean, University is obviously going to be the brawl map, right? We all expect it. You're looking at probably the Ice Cold comp with the Reinhardt going in with the May, and the Cassidy with the BAP, and either a Kiriko or a Lucio, depending on if you want speed or not. But we're going to start with Garden, so you can go more poke here. You can go dive here. Wrecking Ball, Winston, all work good here. Diva also works good here as well.
All right, well, Last Chance Qualifier about to go down here in the Grand Finals, and all of the Last Chance Qualifier brought to you by ZipChair and DreamSeat as the official gaming chair for the CECC. Go on over to zipchair.com to elevate your gaming chair today. Both of the doors will unlock, and we're actually going to see the Romantros on either side of this to start it off, but looking like more of a poke as the teams will head right on up to the top stairs, to the side stairs here on Gardens, as Clerky will take on Romani, and XCal with a headshot onto Clerky. Shield can protect you for no longer than a couple of seconds with this team of UCI, who's going to run down Cyrus, who's going to run down the rest of the team is Maryville, and just a very quick start. The Anteaters off and running.
I mean, quick kill out the gate is why that happens, and the fact that you've got the May and the Cassidy already available to University of California, Irvine. This is going to be a hard point for them to unlock. And if you're running Supreme on the Ana, so anti-nades are going to be at a premium here. Also, the Nanoed Annihilation is one of the scariest alt combos that I have seen in all my years of Overwatch casting.
Let's find out. Here's going to be a pulse bomb, I believe, or rather the magnetic grenade, excuse me, from XCal on to Clerky, but not going to do much of anything. And there is a pause in the action. Might be a tech pause here. Might actually be a connection pause at the very least as well. But we see a little bit of trouble here on the screen while we have them. Clerky already down to half health here. But you look at the stats so far for either side, both ultimates on either side really coming up with a big one here. Chicken Doge losing to Otters in that Lucio composition there, about 10%. Otherwise, everything else was pretty much spread out evenly. Romani and Clerky about 14% separation on the Annihilation as well.
Well, I think that Nano Engage is going to really win a fight here for UC Irvine. So that's what I'm looking at right now is the difference between the Baptiste and the Ana. One provides you excellent burst healing on a consistent basis. The other, it's single target healing, but the Nano kind of trumps the immortality barrier. So it's all about cooldown management. It's all about positioning right now. It's all about target focus, and Clerky versus Romani, False versus Romani. I mean, this is a heavyweight bout that is going to excite us and confound us and surprise us throughout the entirety of tonight. And I'm telling you what, I'm like salivating. I'm so ready for this because it gives off, major vibes to me. So the end of season championships. I mean, this is worthy of a grand final in its own right. Yep. Get any, top tier 3, lower tier 2 tournament. This is like an automatic banger of a series.
Yeah, absolutely automatic, just absolutely popping off here for this final series of the LCQ. And remember, we had to go all the way from day number 1, where there were so many teams in day number 1, all the way here to day number 2 as games is ready to go back in to play here on Oasis. And really fun fact real quick for stats-wise, Otters on the Lucio right now has only taken 2 points of damage. And that's pretty much it as they run right in. So this Lucio's avoiding a lot of everything, but that number will go straight right up. But that was only one fight in. So now they're going to keep on rolling here, and both sides really pretty much separating out. Maryville trying to separate out this Romantro of Romani. They're doing a wonderful job of it. Unfortunately, like you're saying, Supreme doing a lot of healing with that, and now they're going to nano boost up Romani to see if they can build up that Annihilation in time. Maryville will back off, and especially when XCal and Romani both getting kills at the same token halfway through, and the Anteater is still rolling.
And they didn't even use the Annihilation. That's the value of the the Nano in the Nemesis form. Shipley, King getting beat out towards the Blizzard. So Tree was first to their Deadeye, but it's all going to be about the Engage now. You're going to have to save the sound barrier for the incoming Blizzards.
Deadeye is out. Wall's going to block it for a couple of moments. See if that Deadeye gets around anything. Catgod finds nothing with it, and now the Blizzard is going to come out for the rest of the team. It is the Baptiste in a lot of trouble. Immortality Field having to be used. Annihilations used on both sides. It is a plentiful feast of a lot of ultimates, but the Anteaters still going away and chomping on the bit here for the rest of the team of Maryville. 90%. Now somebody's got to find a way to touch here in the final percentages, because the Anteaters have wiped out Maryville except for Catgod, except for Chicken Dote, and now the wall is up at the same token. Still going to find a way to in. You got to find a way to barge right in. The May is there. Sound barrier at the same token. Sound barrier used, and now Deadeye from XCal. Will it find anything is the question, and Excal not seeing anybody behind it, and actually finds Catgon, who peeks his head just a little bit too far out, and the Tracer is gone. Now the boost goes onto the Cassidy, and now Excal can go ahead and just rain down damage with that Magnum, and it's going to be all but over here for Maryville. The Saints just have no answer for the Anteaters, who are off to a running start of 1-0 here on Oasis.
Caliber of this play, where we're at right now, if you get the composition wrong out of the first fight, you are playing catch up the entire way for the rest of the map, and that's exactly what happened to Maryville there, and they did not have an answer for it. So we're going to head into our Brawly map now. We're going to keep the same compositions, and it's still going to be Cyrus versus Supreme here in the flex support department, being able to take these fights. The anti-nade was getting so much work done. They don't have the Kiriko on the field to be able to deal with the cleanse. So, I mean, Supreme is getting full value out of these nades that once they land, Maryville really do have to disengage and come back for a second try at a fight.
And they're going to both try to fight in the meanwhile here while they try to engage with each other. It looks like Maryville's going to be the one to take the upper staircase, but UCI is going to opt to back off a little bit. Still Maryville searching for their first elimination of this round. Did not get a single one in that last round. Back on Guardians. So now for UCI playing on the front foot here, UCI is going to go ahead and run right into the point, but now they're stuck in the side room. That's a good vortex there for Maryville, who might be taking a look at their first percentages into the Nemesis form. And there's your first elimination and final blow for Maryville as Chicken Doge is able to get onto Zerocious. And now they're just going to fight right on in. Only 3 left to go. Your Lucio's down, and the Saints take a look at their first percents.
One fight in, 75% counting for Supreme. They do go down to the Peacekeeper of Tree, but man, oh man, the work that was getting done from the Ana. I mean, they're going to have Nano engage into this next fight. You want to know who also got a lot of work done? Well, it was Tree. Tree already has Deadeye. One fight in, 26% and counting. Ooh. Nice sleep.
Yeah, nice sleep start to start this one off. Deadeye's already going to be available here. Great Bionade, by the way, from Supreme. Gets 3 people, but the Immortality Field staving them off as well as the Deadeye. So the Deadeye staves them off for a couple of moments. Now it's going to be the Ramattra going in Nemesis form. Great Bionade yet again. Supreme has been hitting a lot of good Bionades. Trying to stand on top of this Ramattra. Ramattra trying to stay alive as long as possible, and that might actually work out. Romani tries to get Clerky off guard, but Clerky just stays there. Now the Deadeye is out. Is this going to find anything? Nothing there for the Deadeye of Excal, and Maryville looking to see if they have their first fence, and they absolutely do.
Wow, I mean, the sustain that came through, Clerky was down as low as 50 HP, and they win. And they also expend the Immortality Barrier to make sure that Tree does not go down, 67% and counting. Blizzard and the Annihilation ready to go for your UC Irvine Bears, and well, or the Anteaters. Sound barriers for both sides. Tree almost has another Deadeye clutch.
Oh my god.
This is incredible.
This is absolutely incredible here for Tree, and now the Blizzard's going to come out. It's going to trap a lot of people inside of it. In fact, that's 2 people for Shipley and Clerky. Good thing you have an Immortality Field if you're Cyrus to keep them up, 90%. And now Tree's just going to pop right off. A Tree doesn't have an opportunity to use a Deadeye in this fight at the very least because Excal gets rid of him by the Magnetic Nade. Now somebody needs to touch, and I don't think anybody will, and we are headed to map number 3. 100-0 to UCI, 100-0 to Maryville, and it all comes down to the city center.
And the second Annihilation wins it. I mean, great use of the Blizzard there from King. They initiate with the first Blizzard. They get the other answering Zerocious Blizzard in return. Then you see the Annihilations come out. Romani thinks that they're going to get the advantage, popping theirs first with the Nano invested behind it. Great wall that comes up from King there and denies all the damage coming in from it, and actually, you know, just basically wastes the whole ultimate. And I mean, that was exactly what they needed. Clerky able to pop theirs on the back of it. And that is how you get to the 100-0 for map number 2. Now, high ground is going to be at a premium here. I think that you look for both the Cassidys to try and take the high ground here. While you're looking at the other 4, holding around middle minaret here in the middle of city center. This is all going to be about who can control the high ground first. Another huge nade 4 popped.
Wow, that is 4 people inside of that Bionade, and Cyrus has absolutely no chance to live through the rest of that, especially when Zerocious is hitting these icicle shots. The battle for upstairs drops down below, and actually Maryville's going to take first shots of this upstairs, but UCI playing for point here, so now they're just going to try to go right on in. Good thing Wall saves you for a couple of moments, but the Anteaters start off with the first flip, but are they going to keep this fight going in the process? Romani runs out of Nemesis time. They're just going to back up knowing that they don't have a Baptiste for right now, but now that the Baptiste is back, they're going to try to run right on in. The fight goes on, and great wall to lock them out for right now. Magnetic Grenade onto Romani, keeps him down to 20 health, and this is a great support line. See, rather from Supreme, who's already 70% to an ultimate, and XCal is going to help that out with a kill onto CatGod. And now the rest of the team here from Maryville just absolutely having a run away, and the Anteaters are off to the flip.
I mean, I don't know what happened to Tree there, just kind of just sleeping there for a second. I think it was actually the sleep that came through from Supreme. Nano ahead. I mean, 70 or 30% ahead of their opposition's flex support. The thing for Maryville, though, is that they're going to have the first sound barriers, so they're going to be able to survive this incoming blizzard from Zero Roche's 10% away.
Right now, there's on over 10,000 healing in this game so far. So for right now, Supreme doing a lot of work, and it's actually going to be Maryville very close to it. Clorky has slept for a couple of moments, but no annihilation there either, so it's not too much of a bad situation. But what is a bad situation is losing your Baptiste. So now you're down to basically what would be a sound barrier if you want to try to win this fight. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen in any case, because now the Blizzard's going to come out, and yes, they absolutely want to fight this. Annihilation is out for Romani, which is doing a lot of damage. He's going to trade out. Clorky's going to use that as well for the bonus armor. And CatGod and Chipley might be turning this all the way around. In fact, they are, with 2 kills of their own, and Maryville stays alive.
But it was expensive. Both support ultimates, the Blizzard and the Annihilation, come out, so all they have now is the Deadeye. Positioning is going to be at a premium here for Maryville in their defense of this point. They've got basically 2 fights that they can lose, or 1 fight they can lose here, and a really broken second fight. So there's the Deadeye.
Oh, wow. Deadeye
zones everybody out.
Yep, Deadeye is used. Wall's going to corner in Xerosius for a couple of moments, but good thing one of the walls is from Xerosius, so you can just take that down and escape with your life for the rest of the team. So 25% up to 30 now for Maryville, who want to keep this point going as long as possible, but even if they lose this fight, they'll get one more opportunity very quickly, might I add, as well. And now this sound barrier is going to come out from Otters to keep this team up. Hits 4 people, everybody but XCal in front of that. Immortality field very used early on. And now Romani traded out for Shipley, so tank for DPS. You're kind of liking this trade if you're Maryville for the current moment. CatGod tries to roll right on in that sliver of space with the wall. Magnetic Grenade, and now Xerosius doesn't have a block to save them for a couple of moments, so that Magnetic Grenade goes the distance and is able to force back UCI.
They win the fight even down a member, and that is the hallmark of a great team that trusts in their supports, that trust in their DPS to be able to get those frags coming through. Supreme is going to have a nano going into this fight. You're probably going to go Electric Cowboy with it, if I'm quite honest, or you're going to put it onto Romani to build up to the rest of the Annihilation. Ant Matrix could push them back, however, Clutch.
Well, let's see if it does. And now you're going to have the Ant Matrix out. The Bionate hits 4. Do you have an Immortality field to stop? But there's actually no follow-up either. Clorky has slept for a couple of moments. Deadeye, can you get rid of Clorky in time? No Immortality field saves you, and now the Electric Cowboy is out and about. You were absolutely right on that. That's absolutely what happened. And now Romani's going to be able to take down Shipley. Meanwhile, Blizzard is huge, is able to take down Clorky in the process. And now Maryville is going to lose a lot of people, and we're down to 1 fight territory.
Oh man, and you're going to have Annihilation v Annihilation. You're also looking at a huge advantage in the sound barrier rotation. We saw, Otters getting way behind in the initial fight. Well, this may actually come back to bite Maryville in the rear end. The Deadeye might be the kicker here into this Annihilation.
Deadeye is going to come out from below, and now XCal is all the way above. Is this going to find anything? No one will not for right now. Maryville does have the point back, so advantage to the Saints as of the current moment on side of the point. Annihilation's not used on either side just yet. It does come down to those Annihilations. Romani will use theirs first, and now the Immortality field up. Clorky will use the Annihilation to get the bonus armor from Nemesis form, as the Immortality field already gone. So we're down to a dry 5v5 at this point, with either side trying to get there, and now the sound barrier could make a difference. Otters has it. Otters is going to use it. Otters gets everybody inside of that sound barrier. Is that aggressive enough for the UCI team to win this fight out? It's Clorky falling also low, and a great Bionade to go with it as well. Supreme's been hitting it all game long, and that's going to be a fight win here for Shipley. But CatGod trying to make a difference here as well. Advantage to UCI. Nobody touching for right now. One-time clock is back for the current moment.
Oh,
Hiroshi is taking down Cat God. It's looking all but good for the Anteaters here. With the final one left to go, is this Lucio? Lucio gone. And welcome to the LCQ Finals. It is a 100-0, 100-0, 199. But in the end, the tough fight going to UCI, who starts off the series 1-0.
Sound barrier difference wins them the fight there. That's why I kind of squeaked it out there for you, because it came up in a hurry. They built that final 35% just so quickly, and I mean, doing tree things here. But when your sustain goes down, when you're going up against a nanoed target in this Ramatra, it is dang near impossible for you to be able to sustain up against it. And the fact that Supreme is landing all of their anti-nades, there's nothing to cleanse. So they might have to be thinking about putting either Juby or Cyrus onto the Kiriko to be able to cleanse these coming through from Supreme. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Supreme be waiting for that coming our next map, and then watch him kind of play games, mind games with the support line of Maryville. So everybody strap in. I hope you got snacks and beverages, because this is going to be a long one. I have a feeling in the bottom of my heart that this is going to go the distance, but we shall see what we shall see. But I mean, we're getting exactly what we wanted here for our last chance qualifier grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. Strap into your zip chair gaming seats, mind you. Strap into those, because we're in for what could be a very, very good and long series coming up. Final stats as well coming into us. And actually, you want to talk about a battle? Try the Cassidy v. Cassidy battle. Both Tree and XCal both getting 12 final blows each, and rather the 2 elimination difference was from XCal 18-16 there. But my oh my, what a fight. And you want to talk about damage done as well by both of the Cassidys. Tree coming up with 11,000, XCal coming out with top damage overall 12,588 on the Cassidy alone on either end. And the healers as well, Ana Baptiste, both doing over 15,000. This was a long and grindy fight, but my oh my, what else do you want from a game here in the LCQ Finals? This is going to be good. And the next map coming up here as well is going to be Escort. So, I mean, for the Escort maps, as long as it's in the competitive pool, I think it's fair game. But, I mean, right now for Maryville, who has dropped only their second map in this entire LCQ series. Mind you, they've had to play 4 matches and have only dropped the one against St. Thomas. This is their second map ever dropped. So now they're going to see a pick here on Escort. What do you pick here?
I mean, we know what it is. I personally would go here too, just based upon what we know about King and Tree. We're going to go to Australia. We're going to Junkertown, baby. We're going to go for long sight lines, and we'll see if the Troll Wizards come out again, because they're going to have to play this one a whole lot different than what we saw in the East Region Finals.
Yeah, and this is going to be a great, great game. We saw that game of Junkertown on the last map against Maryville, or rather Maryville taking on Rutgers in that matchup, and an unbelievable streak of kills coming out from both of the DPSs of Tree as well as King. Both of them getting 15 final blows each on this map alone. So 30 final blows total of 44 eliminations as well. So this is, you're talking about a good map pick here. Yeah, I mean, this is the sightline pick you want here for Maryville. But for UCI, I mean, you're still having XCal on that Cassidy as well, and Zerocious hitting some nasty icicles, mind you, on the long-range game as well. So, I mean, are you expecting UCI kind of to pick something similar on maybe the Hanzo, maybe the Widowmaker, maybe something long-range for them?
It depends on if they want to go mobile or if they want to go counter pick. And I think that's going to be the big difference between these two is how will they respond. We know that Maryville have the 2 snipers in their back pocket. That is for sure. We saw what they did against a Sombra in the previous match. And Ohms was really getting a lot of value on it, but I mean, the headshots were too clean. They watched their sight lines, and they were peeking around and doing a lot of spy checking very well. So Maryville need to be aware of this. And look, it is a completely different line than what we saw from them in their previous round. So they are definitely taking this seriously. Clerky out onto the Sigma, and another nade comes through.
Come on, Supreme, how? I've seen lineups for like Valorant, but now you've got lineups for Overwatch as well. I know this has been a thing for a while, but my goodness, are we seeing lineups here in Overwatch as well. It's kind of scaring me a little bit, but now, I mean, no pressure. We saw this earlier on from UC, or rather from Marivel in their last match against Rutgers. They were really putting on the pressure in this very first turn. They're not doing that this time around. They're letting them, for UCI, they're letting Marivel have a little bit of space, but really nothing else doing for right now. Maybe they're just getting them out into the open for a couple of moments. It's 40 seconds in. Now they're just trying to see where everybody is. And, I mean, it's just, this is all dry fights right now. There's really nothing in terms of action going on right now, but now they've pretty much, it looks like a wrangling situation here, because now they got them all gathered up on the staircase as well as in the side room. Good hook from the Roadhog, and it's a great sleep dart as well. Good bio nade to help them out from Cyrus. It's a good team, or rather from UCI. It's a good team play for right now, but they're not able to get rid of Romani. So for right now, I mean, it's just Marivel winning this fight against the Widowmaker, and they get rid of the Roadhog at the same token. And Marivel, pretty much no contest throughout this entire thing. That's 2.5.
No shot. No shot. And I mean, the fact that Cyrus is out here on an answering Ana is the big difference maker between the first map of Control and now here in the more standard map types. And you see I mean, they are absolutely neck and neck as far as nano generation. A nano onto a Sigma, disgusting. You can also use this nano to keep your Zen alive should the pressure be too much for them coming in. Zerocious over to their own Tracer BT dubs. Pulse Bomb at the ready here for Maryville. Actually, both DPS ultimates ready to go.
Let's see right now where they decide to go again. A lot of space had been given up from UCI and essentially gave Maryville the first point. Now, what will happen here for the second? Supreme trying to land the sleep dart, nothing doing there for the next 10 seconds. So if they heard that, Maryville might want to use the go button here, but a hack onto Cyrus means they're backing up a little bit, and especially when one of your DPSs is gone, Tree is gone for a little while. So for right now, Maryville just hiding away.
I mean, they've got the ultimate advantage in their back pocket, though. That's the big thing. And if they keep scouting out Excal here on the Sombra, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And King antied. I don't know if they used the recall or not. I think they actually just found a health pack there. That's a big hack by King once again.
Yeah, and they did indeed use the recall. So Excal getting a huge kill for the defensive side. Romani is nano, and Romani is left. Nothing doing for the Roadhog here on that nano boost. So the nano boost essentially wasted for Supreme, and now Maryville could have the go button here, and especially when Supreme is gone, you don't have a big heal type anymore besides a Zenyatta. And that Zenyatta's not going to use Transcendence either, because you've lost Corky in the process, or rather, you've lost Romani in the process. Now you've lost Supreme, and it's looking like this payload's going to reach the second point, as long as somebody can get rid of this Sombra for a little while, and that's absolutely what will happen. The Saints get 445 to push this all the way.
Oh, man. I mean, Juby taking care of themselves up against a Tracer. That is not an easy proposition for them. EMP online here should take care of some of the utility that Maryville have in their back pocket, but it's not like you're going to ruin a sound barrier or you're going to ruin a Druidic Flux that's already been put out. So really, you're just looking to get the manual hacks and hope that you can get the kills on the back of it.
Let's take a look. There's a hack and a Bionade on Clerky already, and this is quite the battle going on as the Dragon Strike down the middle somehow finds Excal, just maybe lurking a little bit too high up. And now the Kitsune Rush is going to be used on the high ground here from Otters, but that might have been a little unwarranted because now you've only got the Meat Grinder left, and they use the whole hog at the same time, so nothing doing for UCI. Maryville coming up the home stretch.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Juby coming up big once again. Just having a wonderful time here. Thank you very much on the Zenyatta and Ana Zen. We talked about it maybe being a little bit greedy. This is working exactly what they needed. And Pulse Bomb comes out, and King does not find the target with it.
Yeah, I think King was trying to find Otters rather, but nothing to do there except back off for right now. So still, you can see where the teams are. A little bit more high ground, low ground situation with Keka trying to find a shot onto Romani, and the headshot huge onto the tank. The EMP is out. It's only going to find Clerky, and a good Bionade at the same token. Nothing to cleanse that for right now. Transcendence is going to push them all the way up, and nobody is touching this point. Down to the final 5 meters left to go, and it's just Excal left to go, and nobody else.
Wow.
Touches, and that's it. Maryville with a very dominant looking first round of attack here on Junkertown goes uno, dos, adios, completing the entire map with 3:05 on the clock.
Oh, Keegan. Keegan, my friend, you know what just happened?
What just happened, Billy?
UCI just really ticked off Maryville. and Maryville all sat up in their chairs now. They were doing the slumped gamer play. Where you kind of kick back, you got your feet kind of cross over each other, you kind of just leaning in there, just kind of just letting it happen. Now they're all up in front of their screens now. They are totally ticked off. They are angry saints right now. And the Anteaters may have awoken a sleeping giant, just like General Yamamoto said back when they bombed, when they started the war with America during the World War. We may have just woken a sleeping giant, and Maryville, man, they were definitely on one there. They were feeling it. They had their rotations perfectly mapped out. When we saw Cyrus go over from the Baptiste to the Ana, it completely changed the entire conversation of this Junkertown map. Keegan, this is going to be a real testament to how strong the mental is for these Anteaters from UC Irvine. Can they really deal with the pressure coming in? Romani's going to show us the Ramatra here, and that shield don't last very long. So I mean, more utility in a Sigma. Once that little flimsy shield goes down, Nan or anti-nates are going to be the order du jour.
Let's see. Anti-nates have been good on either side, really, from the looks of it. Another anti-nate being thrown long distance, but nothing hit there for Supreme for the current moment. And actually, the Ramatra gets all the way up top for the current moment. So high ground advantage here, actually, for the Ramatra attacking the side of Romani. Now, very similar to that of the attacking side of Maryville. Clerky and the rest of the Maryville team have backed off. UCI getting a lot more room here, but now they're going to fight in the open area where XCal and CatGod are going to go right at each other here. Hanzo v Hanzo. But right now, it's going to be really dependency on the Zenyatta versus the Kiriko battle. Which one will win this out? Here's Zerocious. Look at where Zerocious is planted all the way in the back. Looking to see if they can get a pick, but XCal finding Shipley in their back line. Shipley goes on a little too deep, and XCal makes some pay with the head roll. And now it's going to be everybody falling also low. Zerocious playing Assassin in the back line. Orbit Discord is only going to save you for so long here in the process. Bionate, great Bionate off the Chicken Doge in the same token. And it's a lot more free space coming out here for UCI. And just as the same token, they might be able to get 2.5 to the bank here.
I mean, they'll have a chance to get yourselves in. But I don't think they were expecting to see XCal out on the Archer. And Clerky, yeah, they're going to have to throw themselves at the point here to try to get in. There is the cleanse, though, and a big accretion comes through.
Yeah, great accretion comes through, but now Cyrus is gone. Shipley does get a kill onto the mirror battle. The Tracer for right now. No resurrections either. With 2.31 meters left, are you going to be able to find a kill into XCal is the question. And that radar arrow, do you have enough information for XCal to try to switch it away?
Bye-bye.
No, Pulse Bomb onto XCal will end that fight right away. There's the kind of tank v tank battle won by Romani, and the aggressive battle between the tanks, and it's going to be the last meter finally captured for UCI as they get 4.5 to push up to point 2.
I don't think that the Zenyatta is getting enough work done here defensively. They're really getting lapped around by the mobility and by the utility coming out from the Kiriko here. So I think after you use Transcendence, and I know that they're holding it for the Annihilation, that's the obvious pick there. Shipley, hello. Beautiful. They're going to have tools here to stop and kind of hold the upper ground here over on this Anteater squad.
Let's see if they can push right in. Kitsune Rush is going to try to get them out of it. But what a great Bionate. And no, the cleanse doesn't hit him. The protection Suzu does not hit Romani. So CatGod and the rest of the team is just going to follow up on that. And that's going to be a fight lost here for UCI. They already have to back off. The Tracer has to rewind already. But my, oh my here. And Shipley getting that mirror kill as well. If you can get rid of the Kiriko, that's just it. But my, oh my, what a play from Maryville to keep this going.
I mean, this is going to buy them at least 60 seconds. And the reason why I say it's going to give them 60 seconds is that you're going to have time for respawns to come back through. You're going to have time to position your fight. You have to scout everybody out. They've got 4 ultimates into this fight, and Supreme is almost dead. Has to use the nade on themselves.
Oh my goodness, Supreme, got to be careful, buddy. Got to be careful a little bit, otherwise this team of Maryville, playing angry, like you were saying, could punish you very well. And look at all the check marks. The only check mark you do not have on this board, well, before the Dragon Strike came through, was Otters on the Kitsune Rush. But other than that, every ultimate available. This could be Overwatch coming up in a couple of moments. False Bombs trade, nothing finding there. Chicken Notes, though, able to find Romani. So Romani not using the Annihilation. And you lose your tank, meaning that this is looking like a lost fight yet again for the Anteaters, who are stopped by the fence of Maryville yet again with 2:45 on the clock.
It's all about Shipley holding the high ground and not allowing them access to it right now, especially, with the pulse bomb accuracy that they've shown so far. And oh my god, Tree, the shot from hell! Hello!
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. That was with a radar arrow, mind you, as well. I mean, and that hit the spawn doors. Don't know what else to say.
Oh man, I mean, they've got the positioning, they've got the areas of ingress completely scouted out. That's the beauty of having a Hanzo here. And they're going to know where the aggression is coming from. Big Nate comes in once again, he's got to back up.
Yeah, Big Nate onto Clerky, but that backs him up for a couple of moments. No cleanse abilities either for Maryville, so having to play a little bit more careful when that Bionade hits, but Cyrus yet again taking down Romani, and this is another big fight. Otters is in your back line, able to take care of Cat God, but with the 2v1 trade still not looking good for you. Otters is still back here, wreaking some havoc, but I mean, how long is he going to be able to keep this up? Is Otters going to be able to find picks here? It's going to be a Tracer and Otters in the back line, and now that they're paying attention to the rest, Xcal is able to find a kill onto the Zenyatta of Chicken Doge. And this might be a fight win here coming up for the rest of the team of UC Irvine. This is the push they want now. Boss Bomb is out. It might be able to find a little bit of damage on the Clerky. Good Bionade as well. The Nano Boost is not going to be useful to you when that Bionade hits, and UCI is going to get a fight win here.
They are, but I mean, trades are starting to come through here for Maryville, so I mean, they've got opportunities to get. I say that, Supreme. Never mind. I'm so sorry, Supreme. Please do not hate me. I am so sorry, Madam Anna. I'm sorry. Many, many apologies. I will never, ever doubt you ever again. I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me.
Oh,
good Lord.
Good Lord. Cat God Bionade out for a couple of moments. Transcendence having to be used, and now the Bionade onto Romani, but now you're going to have the Gravitic Flux up. This is going to find the Ana. Is it enough damage? No. Romani with the Vortex onto Cyrus, though, is able to find that pick, and the Anteater with 45 seconds left to play here are going to add another 90 to the bank. They won't be able to match Maryville's time bank, though, but they are still alive, at least in the first round.
I mean, okay, I understand why you use the Transcendence there. Did you really need it just to put out a Gravitic Flux? Because you see what happens when you get a nano-boosted Nemesis form going into your backline. It's just almost an instant fight win for the Ramatra. So what else will win you fights is Xcal finding King's Dome just like that.
Yep. Oh, and the Dragon Strike. The Accretion doesn't do anything to a Dragon Strike, so therefore the Dragon Strike still goes through. Does a considerable amount of damage to Clerky for a couple of moments, but Clerky able to back away for right now. Gets the healing with the rest of the team, so down to 90 seconds. And now the Hanzo v Hanzo battle is just escalating even further. Zerocious going down, but it's traded out right away, and now the Storm Arrow is catching Otters off guard. Another headshot there. It is just Romani just waiting to see if he will die with the rest of the team as well. And they are just trapped. Another kill for Cat God, and we're down to 60 seconds.
What? I mean, what? That was an insane shot from Tree once again, and Shipley does take down Supreme, so that's your main source of healing. Gone, and a lot of your utility that you've won these fights going through, so they've really identified Supreme as being the main target that they need to go into, Keegan, and we're looking now for this ultimate rotation to come through. You're going to have the Nano to keep Chicken Doge alive, should they go super low, and Clerky, they might even just throw it on the Sigma and help him build up to this next Gravitic Flux and do a Sigma 9.
Let's see, let's see if Billy's prediction is correct. Clerky having 95% to it already. They're going to Nano Boost Xcal, but with no Blade either, this is going to do nothing for them. And Xcal is now gone. Nano Boosted. Here comes the Gravitic Flux, and now the Annihilation at the same token. Who's going to get the better of it for right now? Lifts up Romani. Is going to do a lot of damage to Romani at the same token. And this could very well be final fight. Down to 10 seconds remaining. And Zerosis has used the recall already. But Otters finds two? Otters has found two kunai headshots, and this fight is still alive. There's going to be the Kitsune Rush out and about here with 1 second left to go. Overtime clock will activate, and it's actually going to be Maryville having to back off.
That is an insane turn coming from UCI. They keep themselves in this map. They've got a Pulse Bomb ready to go, but so does Keys.
Yep, both sides have that Pulse Bomb available. There's going to be Romani stuck by the Pulse Bomb. And there goes your Doomfist. There goes your team. And we are tied at 1 apiece. This best of 5 grand finals has just turned to a best of 3.
Whew! I told you, they were playing angry there. I think they may have felt that they had Oasis in their back pocket, and maybe they just did not expect, maybe they didn't give enough credence to this UCI team, because this time Chicken Doge, aka Juby, getting the work done on the Zenyatta, the Omnic Healer, really taking care of a lot of those fights themselves, and so we are now equal here. We're on even footing. I mean, it was pretty darn close either way. I just think that the hold there, second point for Maryville, was the turning point for this map, for this match, for them to turn it around, get themselves back square. And you know what? We're going to see now how this UCI team is going to be able to come back and answer what was a very dominant map out of the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints doing some work, and you want to talk about domination as well. Final blows, only 2 people lining up in the double digits in final blows. You want to take a guess at who those were?
King and Tree.
Yep, King and Tree, both lining up 30 kills total in that final blow department back against UCI, or rather against Rutgers. Tried 27 this time, 14 for, I believe, was Tree, and 13 for King on that Tracer. So my oh my, what a map there. And Junkertown seems to be the map for Maryville right now, but UCI now having to pick this map of push. Only 3 to choose from: New Queen Street, Esperanza, as well as Coliseo. We know that, I know earlier you said for Rutgers, Coliseo may not be the pick, and I don't know if that mirrors that this time around here against UCI.
No, not with the Nano Annihilation engages or the Nano Nemesis engage. They decide not to pop the ultimate during that, because Supreme has really made it a point to keep Romani in mind with that Nano. When you go in and you win fights with that, I mean, it's hard to deny that, and because of the linear nature of the route that this payload or that the robot will take. I think that Ramatra, if they're going to run the Ramatra comp here, I think that this is definitely where you want to go to Coliseo if you are the Anteater Snout for Maryville. They're probably hoping that they go to New Queen Street or to Esperanza, because it gives Tree and King a lot more of the freedom to roam about. Coliseo forces them into a very, very tight claustrophobic fight. High ground will be at a premium. Now, we saw the Tracer, we saw the Hanzo, we've seen them swap back and forth, King and Tree, we've seen them play on both sides of it, so, you know, it's going to come down to who feels the most comfortable on what hero right now to really deny UCI getting any value out of the map pick.
And let's take a look at the next map pick as well. Next map pick is actually going to be Coliseo. That's the first thing that pops out. Number 2 as well. There is a sub here for Maryville. Clerky comes out, and the former Shock player Mikey goes right back in. So Mikey is the only time we saw Mikey into the match here in the last 2 matches was against Rutgers, and that was back on map number 1 on Ilios, which they won handily 100-0 and 100 to the rest to take on Rutgers, and that would lead to the snowball effect the rest of the map. But now Mikey coming into Coliseo kind of changes things up a little bit, potentially maybe a Doomfist like we saw back on Ilios, but no, we're actually maybe seeing a Ramatra come out, and Shipley now on the Echo potentially.
I mean, once again, it's high ground. I mean, the high ground's going to be at a premium anyways. So once you get a decent push going through, that's where high ground starts to offer itself to you. And I mentioned this before. Mikey on the Orisa is actually a very scary proposition. The cooldown management from this gamer, we saw it in the Overwatch League on this hero, was absolutely spectacular. They're going into a Romani Junker Queen. So the spear, the damage mitigation, this is actually going to be more in favor of what you're going to see out of Maryville. Cyrus, though, back onto the Baptiste. I would rather see either a Kiriko or the Ana here, but we'll see how this actually goes out for them.
Let's see how this goes off. It's a Junker Queen squaring off against an Echo here, with that Echo kind of falling a little bit low, but Shipley able to get back in time. Javelin throw. He's able to take out Romani for a couple of moments here, but this bot is very confused as to where to go. It's moving back and forth between the 2 areas. Fortunately enough for UCI, though, it's looking like they might be able to answer that question right away, but X-Cal does go down, and now the Anteaters have that advantage with Shipley out as well. You lose a Baptiste, yes, but the rest of the team here at UCI is looking pretty good. They trade out the Lucio, though, so right back at you. Maryville flipping it back to them. UCI, though, having the chance to flip this back into that golden line. And CatGod getting rid of Romani. I mean, this is brawl after brawl, trade after trade. Now the May is gone at the same token, and now Maryville gets full control of the bot to start.
This will get them at least 30 meters on their first foray, and I mean, really, Tree is lighting it up as far as the Hanzo right now. You're gonna have. I'm still kind of iffy on the Zenyatta pick. I know that that Juby, by the way, happy birthday, Juby, is gonna be able to do. But you know, we've seen worse. We've seen better. So. I mean, this is going to come down to the value that they really place on the Discord Orb and that Transcendence coming through.
Well, let's see if Juby's presence will be a win and a trip to the CECC Arlington. That starts off with a pre-presentation with a kill of their own, and now Maryville is going to be able to push this right on in. 2 kills already falling for the team of the Saints. And now XCal having to switch out to a Tracer yet again, or a Tracer to switch out to, but Maryville looking to see if they can cap first point, and that's absolutely what is going to happen right now as they get first checkpoint.
Oh, that is just brutal, and now the Ramatra swap comes through here, so Mikey is going to be able to get this Terra Surge up, and then you're probably going to see the answering of the Ramatra from Maryville, and I mean, this is looking very dominant right now. 70 meters. If you get to 100 meters, this turns into a management game rather than a push game for Maryville. They'll just be able to stand back and, well, we're seeing all kinds of swaps coming through here. Zerocious over to the Ash. So the Dynamite, huge! Tree again!
Tree again! And it's been Tree this entire day right now that we've seen. Gets rid of Romani, looking for a little bit more. Peek your head against that shield. You are in trouble. And right now, this team of Maryville cannot be stopped. The train just keeps on rolling.
What a duplicate out of King as well. Copying the Ramatra, getting the Vortex out, slowing down the Nano Boost enabled Romani. They're gonna have it. They're gonna have the Annihilation into this fight, but Terra Surge can actually tear that down.
Well, let's see if they're going to be able to do anything about that Terra Surge, but right now they get rid of Cat God. That's one of the first eliminations here for UCI, at least on the defensive side. Trying to make sure that this bot doesn't complete the map here, just trying to find a little bit more shots. DeRoches has the Discord Orb on them, and now the Annihilation is going to be used, countered out by a Sound Barrier, actually added on with a Sound Barrier coming out from Otters at the same token. So they find a kill on the Cyrus, a big pick for them. Orb of Discord really does nothing when the rest of your team is starting to fall anyways. Mikey has to back up, and UCI is going to bring the bot back their way, but they have a mountain to climb.
I mean, this is going to be all about managing the space that they have taken now for Maryville. They don't have to win enough. They don't have to win you know, fights beyond where the forward spawn gets canceled. That's the brilliance for them. They will have forward spawn, so they're going to be able to recontest here. Now, you're looking at Bob and the Pulse Bomb. You don't have either support ultimate up, so the Immortality Barrier is going to be so important for UC Irvine to pull out here.
Oh, and there's a Pulse Bomb onto Shipley already, so good start here for the Anteaters. They're going to try to push right in on this, and there's no Ghost Signal here either. They're really just playing for the long-range game, especially the Ash versus the Hanzo here. Bob is available, but Bob is not going to be able to be pulled out. Tree, yet again, just stumping this team of UCI right now, as they are just going to push right on in, but XCal getting rid of Chicken Noses. Maybe a good signal for you. No more Orb of Discord either. CatGod also now bionated, so UCI with a great bionate, and the rest of the team here trying to follow up on that. It's everybody just in either of the side rooms, either of the side pockets here in middle, but Mikey gets rid of Romani at the same token, but doesn't matter. UCI looking like they've got the fight win here, just got to get rid of the Orisa.
Well, that'll do it right there for the Orisa, and now they're finally going to get some more positive meterage going. But they really used that fight to build their ultimates up. They were at sub 50% across the board going into that engagement. They also burned a minute and 20 seconds off of the time bank. So now, both DPS ultimates are going to be ready to go. Another dinger from Cat God, aka Tree, lets them have it. And I mean, this is going to get them pushing forward. They have the ultimate rotation in their favor. XCal with another Pulse Bomb online, by the way. They just had it in the last fight.
Another headshot by Cat God, by Tree of Maryville. Oh boy. They're going to bring out the 6-man, and the 6-man actually gets bumped out of the way, so there's really no sightlines here for this bot to really do much of anything, and now they're trying to taking care of Otters in the side lane. My, oh my, this is Tree's world, and we are just living in it right now with all the shots being hit by Cat God. Now the duplication onto Romani's Ramatra, and just the rest of the team is starting to play with this Hanzo, but my, oh my, Maryville just going to keep this train rolling up to back to the top of the hill.
Yep, they're going to get the forward spawns reactivated here. They only give up less than 20 meters, by the way. and they had a 5v3 situation for the Anteaters, so they are getting the full value out of everything they need. They're actually going to start getting more value on the back of it. XCal running around the side, they're going to look for that pestilence factor.
Yeah, Terra Surge is out. Sound Barrier is going to counter that damage for a couple of moments. Application Matrix, Transcendence used at the same token. Nano boosted. How about the Annihilation coming out from Supreme as well as Romani, but now that runs out for a couple of moments, so Romani no longer Annihilation happening. So that did do a lot of damage, but it's not enough to wipe a team just yet, as we're down to about the final 15 meters left to go, and now they're just trading picks left and right. Otters does go down by Catgod. No, the Hanzo still finding shots here onto Otters. Is looking to see if they can pick off the 2 DPSs at the same token with the help of the wall of the robot.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! What is going on? Shree finds another and another. It's just rolling. Shree is absolutely wrecking house. 11 final blows, all headshots thus far, and they're backing off. But my Maryville just keeps pushing it up.
And once again, it comes down to them just having to maintain. Now it's a maintenance phase. It's just holding pattern, and the Dragons is going to give them even more room. And another headshot. Good lord.
Good lord. Robot's almost completed here. Pulse Farm gets rid of the immortality field. Bionade onto Mikey for a couple of moments. Dragon Strike not available anymore. Slep Dart right against the window, but XCal finding a pick. But Romani going down. Catcott still finds this tracer of XCal, but it is enough. Or no, it might not be enough. Somebody's got to touch here, and nobody else is going to touch. And Maryville now looking at CECC Arlington Point as they are up 2-1, completing here on Colosseo.
You know, I gave Juby a little bit of crap for bringing out the Ramatra or the Zenyatta. Well, I'm just going to shut up. I apologize to Supreme. Now I'm going to apologize to Juby. Juby took care of business here. The aim is as clean as it ever was. And I tell you what, this has just been a fantastic series here for Maryville. And, you know, I called it a 3-1. When we made our predictions, I said that UCI was at least going to get a map out here. And we had some disagreements. I threw my faces at our production staff about how they were leaning into this matchup. And, well, I'd just like to say...
Right on the money, right on the money. Go ahead and tap yourself on the back there, Billy. But that's what the goated color caster right there giving us the prediction so far, and right on the target thus far. By the way, I think we have a replay here that from Shree onto XCal, and I think one of the arrows that killed XCal was a ricochet storm arrow. And remember that storm arrow does get a ricochet. I think that's what it was at the very least, potentially, but. We'll see if that holds true. Let's take a look at this right now. And was this a ricochet kill? Yes, it was. It was a ricochet kill. I was wondering how that arrow got there, but I mean, what? The ricochet headshot arrow on the storm arrow. I don't know anymore. It's highlight reels just keep coming out, man. But this is the LCQ finals. Anything can happen, but I don't know what to say about this match anymore. I'm speechless as we head into map number 4, and this is going to be hybrid, but UCI staring at a loss here and potentially no longer a spot at CECC Arlington against this team of Maryville that is playing, to say the least, angry. I mean, what map do you pick here?
Oh, boy. If we're going to hybrid, I think that oh, boy. I mean, if you're going to change things up, you go to Midtown. If you're going to go straight up Brawl, you go to Kings Row. And I mean, we saw how well they did in the mano-a-mano brawl that was Oasis. I mean, they turned those maps into a brawl map, and they won it out. So I think that you want to lean into that and really empower Romani and Supreme to get the work done and really trust in that duo. But for the Saints, I mean, if they could counter that coming out, if they keep Mikey in here on the Orisa, I mean, really made Romani almost a non-factor. I mean, the cooldown management was supreme, the healing was supreme, and the positioning was even better. So I think that for the Anteaters of UC Irvine, I would definitely suggest going somewhere that is not expected.
And I mean, Midtown, like you were saying, Midtown, Kings Row, another one in the pool that has was in this past season. Numbani is also back in the pool here. So, I mean, at least in this season's competitive pool. We don't know just yet. But you were talking about Mikey maybe coming into this, staying in this one. However, it will be Clerky coming in here for the hybrid map. So, Clerky would come in, Mikey comes out. And the next map coming up is Old Faithful, and a lot of teams will like to call this Scrim's Row. King's Row is your next map coming up here, and potentially, like you were saying, Brawl map coming up.
Okay, so you go ahead and go to King's Row, but then you take Mikey out and put Clerky back in. Okay, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be a Ramatra versus Ramatra. I assume that we're going to see the May Cassidy DPS line come out. And then we'll see what happens with the supports. Supreme has had a damn good day on the Ana, even though they are facing championship point to get yourself to Arlington. Supreme really has been the reason, a lot of the reason that we have stayed so close and that has been so competitive. Otters as well has been fantastic in the main support department. So something's got to give here for UCI. I think that if they can clutch this out, I think that this turns into, you know, the map 5 that we all expected it to be. Even though I did predict the 3-1 for Maryville. I think that UC Irvine, they have the opportunity right now to change the tenor of the conversation and bring out XCal on the Hanzo for their defense. Absolutely the right way to go. The flimsy Ramatra shield won't last that long. They might be expecting the Reinhardt here. Honestly, that's why you bring out the Hanzo here, not only for the one-shot potential, but also the shield break potential of that hero. So we're gonna look. Yep, I think that we'll see a Tree try to get an early kill and then swap over. I'm gonna assume to the Cassidy, but we'll see how this goes.
Well, let's see how it goes. Widowmaker finds nothing. So, Old Faithful, yet again, we talk about Old Faithful. It's going to be Hanzo v. Hanzo. XCal versus Tree on the Hanzo v. Hanzo battle, but we know who won that last one for either side. As for Tree, just absolutely dominating in Colosseo. Will that repeat right here? As on that last map, Tree going off for 13 final blows, top final blows in that one. And now Shipley gonna find the mirror kill onto Zerocious, and now the rest of the team has to back off. This is gonna be at least one free tick for the current moment. That wall might lock them off for a second one, actually. That it stayed up for a couple of more moments, but now it's gonna give them a second. Will it give them a third? Do they maybe want to try in? And no, actually, UCI is just gonna give this one up, and it's gonna be Maryville with a lot of time to push to 2.
They want to hold Archway, and I mean, getting a kill like that right out the gate, that's exactly what they needed. Tree getting a little bit overzealous there. I mean, close spawns, so I mean, it's not that impactful of a kill, but it still gets ult charge for you. And the Sonic arrow into the dome of False there will be a good amount of vision here coming through, but it's going to be Shipley who sets a tune there. There we go, the nice ice wall.
Nice wall for a little while, but gets out of that. There was a little bit of space, and now a good Bionade is going to come out as well. Immortality Field having to be used very early on by Cyber. It is a sleeping Ramatra who's going to be able to get away. And for right now, that Nano Boost was on Romani to try to build up an annihilation, but nothing doing there. 5 minutes left to go. The ice wall breaks through. Good Bionade onto 2 people in the back line. Could it be a go button here for Supreme and the rest of the Anteaters? It will get rid of Shipley for right now. They're just trying to hold them right against the library right now. And a great Ravenous Vortex to keep 3 people inside of it. Obligation Matrix also used to the same token, but nobody in the back of it because the May wall is out at the same token. Romani in a lot of, or rather Kirky in a lot of trouble. The Annihilations will trade out. Who's going to go down first? It is the Sound Barrier that comes out from Chicken Doge and the rest of the team. Dragon Tree! 2. My oh my for Tree, but XCal takes that out right away for 3 of their own. And this is looking like a fight here for UCI to put up the fence, and it's just the May remaining. The Blizzard gets used at the same token. Everybody escapes from it. Sound Barrier only onto Otters. Right now, XCal yet again putting up the highlight reel as they will force them all the way back.
Oh, I think they took your statement about Tree being the better to heart. I don't know if they're watching the broadcast or not, but oh my word! The cubby! The fadeaway was absolutely spectacular. They have their own Dragon Strike now to push in with.
Do I need to say the I'm sorry line? I'm sorry, I'll never do it again.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I just shut up now about the console differential on that last map. I won't say it again. Romani and Otters both getting kills in the same token, and UC Irvine, like you were saying, they were trying to hold them up against the Archway. This time, it's right against the corner of the library, and Maryville just no answers whatsoever.
Oh, I mean, XCal just popped the you-know-what off there. That's the only reason why they stay in that fight. Honestly, the ultimate rotation was in Maryville's favor. So now they have a completely empty cupboard, and you're going into a nano, probably Romani once again.
Well, let's see. Dragon Strike from XCal. Going to come down the lane here. Shipley able to escape it thanks to the Ice Go block, but it splits up the rest of the team. Good zoning on it, at least from the Hanzo for right now, as you get rid of Chicken Nose inside a Nemesis 4. And now Romani just popping absolutely off here with this Romancer. You can't escape death here for this Baptiste. And this May isn't going to escape with their life either. UCI, 3 minutes on the clock, puts up the fence.
Ultimate rotation in their favor. That was a 2 ultimate fight. XCal already 50% towards the next Dragon Strike, so that's the value that this Archer is getting. In the interim, Tree on the Cassidy, not getting the same value so far. Almost getting lapped out here by, actually they have been lapped out in the ultimate department by this Hanzo for UCI. This is going to be where they make their stand, and they've got to make it here. The Annihilation is going to come out.
Annihilation for Romani available to them. Clerky about 25% away from that thus far. Ravenous Vortex is out, and now you're going to have a Blizzard coming out. I don't think the Lucio escapes this. The Lucio does not. Do they know that is the question? No, the Lucio escapes with their lives for right now. Romani using the Annihilation, trying to break through the floor. However, Romani goes down, and through the window, Shuri is able to find some value out of that application matrix and find 3, and Maribel's got a push they want.
That, oh man, that was exactly what they needed. It was on the back of 1 ultimate, Keegan, so damn. What
Billy,
value?
Billy, they heard you about the Cassidy for a little while, so.
Yeah, seriously, in real time, I'm getting just played out here by the value gained from whatever hero I call out. They're like, I can't let Chef Billy do this to me. Who are they?
Nobody touched the point either, so this is going to be a free fight here for Maribel to win, and it's absolutely going to be. That Tree finds another 2 picks off here. Shipley finds another. It's just XCal who has to back up and run away for their lives. Can you find him, though? Finding him? Stay alive? 20 health? No.
Nope.
Nope.
Just accept their fate there. Now Deadeye into this next fight. Sound barriers for both squads. The Blizzard is going to be the big impactful ultimate here. I mean, let's talk about what happened previous to everybody just really letting it loose. They used Amp Matrix to deny a Blizzard and an Annihilation. So 9-0 is going to come out here.
XCal, do you have the Lucio? Deadeye is out. Slaps nothing there. It is also blocked out by the wall. There's the Dragon Strike down the lane. Bionic gets rid of the Immortality field for a couple of moments, but Sound Barrier also used by Chicken Doge. We're into the home stretch here with only a couple of meters remaining. Sound Barrier now going to be traded out. Artist is going to use it as the Annihilation is going to happen here from Clerky, but it's just too much damage pouring out, and nobody touches the point. That's it. Maribel's going to complete the map here with 2:06 on the clock. They go uno, dos, adios, and all they need to do is put up the fence here to send themselves to Arlington.
What a turn. What a turn from Maryville. And I mean, they were getting absolutely out-rotated, out-positioned, out-cooldowned by UC Irvine at the bookstore. And then it was 1 ultimate that turned the fight into their favor. They, put the extra hertz on and the extra bits and pixels on their screens to be able to hit the shots that they were hitting. I mean, if this goes the way it is, they better be taking Cyrus out for some sushi or some barbecue or something. Because that Amp Matrix turns the fight, it flips the entire ultimate economy into Maryville's favor, and they just roll. They just rolled from that point forward. It was all stagger kills for the most part. I mean, they deny the value out of the Annihilation, and I mean, it just got the work done. Tree on the Cassidy. Make me eat my words yet again. I don't care. I'm here for. I mean, if the gameplay is this good, make me look bad.
I think both of us have had our fair share of eating words, because I know I got XCal pretty mad about a little bit. Wait, what's this line
Tree?
up here? Tree?
That's Tree. That's Tree.
Tree?
Yeah.
on top of a ledge, looking for the radar arrow.
Twerking.
I mean, wait.
Twerking on the high ground.
Do you find a kill? No. Drops down. Okay, so I thought it was going to be a kill there, but drops down, and XCal will regroup with the rest of the team. They're already finding a shot onto, I believe that was a Baptiste, or rather it was a May, excuse me, but being able to get healed back up with the rest of the team. Great Bionic coming out from Supreme. That's Clerky and Shipley in it, and no Ice Go block for a little while to save them, but now it's going to be an Ice Wall v Ice Wall fight, and who's stuck inside of it? Everybody finds their way out somehow, some way, so it's still a great fight left and right. And another great Bionic from Supreme finds 3 onto Cyrus, Shipley, and Clerky. And now Clerky having to use Nemesis form very early on to stay alive. But Romani does go down. So now it's a defensive hold here from Maryville at the very least. And now CatGod still hitting shot. Everybody else starts to fall. And the Saints put up the fence with a minute gone.
Woo, man. I mean, the cooldown management there, I mean, Supreme is just Supreme on the on. I have never seen somebody with this kind of hit rate with their biotic grenades coming through. So, I mean, if you can close the distance on those when that nade hits, this should be a one fight. Another two people, both DPS, and yep, there we go. Zerosh is finally able to clean on the back of it.
Yeah, they take advantage of that. They're able to take down trees. So that was one of your bigger threats there. You get rid of them. Is this the go button? Yes, green light is on for UCI to run right on in. They're able to take care of Shipley. At least going to get at least a free tick for right now. Are they going to play the same game that UCI did earlier where they're just going to back away? But Clerky going down is very huge for them. So if they can capture this, then they won't be able to. But if they could have captured that before the point was taken, you're going to send Clerky back all the way through. But instead, it's going to be 3 ticks and 4.5 minutes for UCI to push this up to 2.
I mean, the Maryville taxi service is in operation, getting them back. Another nade hits Shipley. I mean, this is going to be a nano annihilation fight, or just a dry nano going into Romani and then maybe pushing in with the annihilation after the effects wear off. Dude, somebody got to kill Supreme. Somebody got to kill them.
Either that or somebody check Supreme's PC. I mean, they're hitting every single Bionate has been hitting something on the other team of Maryville. It's insane right now. You're going to have a nano boosted Ramatra, the same token. Dragon Strike down the lane. It has a lot of ultimates being used. Who's going to get the better of it for right now? It is going to be Chicken Doge taking care of Romani. So Annihilation not used on either end, but another great Bionate. This one from Supreme, but not able to follow up on the rest of the team, and UCI is sent back.
I mean, that is 3 ultimates into that fight. You know, 3 out from University of California too, and Chicken Doge. Doesn't matter if it's the Zenyatta or if it is the if it's the Lucio. Definitely getting the kills coming through, and I mean, this is where you'll. Somebody check the PC. Seriously,
Somebody.
I'm agreeing with you on this. Good Lord!
Somebody check the PC, I swear, but I mean, it's just Supreme and the rest of the team just not following up right now because Supreme's been hitting all of these Bionades, but it's been minimal follow-up here for UCI, so they got to turn this around. They get underneath the archway at the very least. 326 Supreme, where are you going? Hello? Supreme, looking for another Bionade? No, doesn't hit anything this time around. Very surprised by that. No Sleep Dart either, so I guess maybe the PC was fixed in this process, but 3 minutes and 14, Blizzard's going to come out from Zerosh's, and it's going to split up the rest of the team. In fact, is this going to find a kill onto Clerky? No, not just yet. Annihilation having to be pulled out. Clerky getting that bonus armor. Now the Annihilation as well. It's going to just sweep the floor away. Clerky's found 3. Annihilation is just the right word for this fight as Maryville gets the team kill.
Sound barrier diff right there. That is why they stay up in that fight, because it was another huge nade that came in from Supreme. They've got the nano again. So, I mean, it's about 1.5 nanos for every fight. That's how fast that Supreme is getting these online. And, you know, now you're looking at Chicken up here, looking for a high ground contest. They see that it is coming through. They got the vision up. They're just going to flip the script here and play from the backside.
Yep. Now, well, they basically have swapped sides. So let's find out who's got the better of the sides here. As Tree winning the headshot battle, winning the mirror battle onto XCal. And now it's a 5v4 situation here, and oh boy, Romani is just trapped. And Romani and Honor, all they can do is wait for death to approach. It is just the man in the back line here in Maryville. Again, switching side might have just helped them. It is a nano boost on for Romani from Supreme, but it's not going to help them at all as Maryville just sends them packing yet again with under 2 minutes to play.
Zerosh actually gets the kill on the Cyrus.
Wait,
that's
hold on a minute. Supreme gets a Bionate kill onto Clerky, also takes down Chicken Doge at the same time. Or rather, Romani, it hits everybody. And as I spoke, okay, CatGod's just doing stuff in the backline. Tree, yet again, just doing Tree things. But it is Supreme that ultimately wins them that fight.
And 40% to another nano.
Oh,
they're gonna get past Bookstore here. They're gonna probably have 2 more fights here, and they're gonna have a sound barrier at their back to push it through up against this King Blizzard coming through. King plus the Tree.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's gonna be where we go. I just lost my train of thought.
Well, speaking of train of thought here, Chicken Doge not able to get out of the train of thought there as well, but Shipley finding 2 at the same token. Dragon Strike is able to find 1, but Shipley trades that out right away. So a minute left to go. If you're UCI, you have to back off in this situation. Either that or you're going to get staggered out for a lot more time, and you're going to go down to overtime.
I mean, it's already going to be overtime by the time that they get a full fight going through, especially with Zerocious going down like that. Big anti again. Oh, chicken.
Oh no, that's huge
solo. Yep. This is all maintenance right now, and that wall is going to seal the deal here.
You think so? Well, let's see. I mean, Romani gets away with their life, so you're still down to 25. They have the Lucio. They have a sound barrier to invest, but it's on either side. And now Maryville coming up on 3. UCI coming up on 3 ultimates as well. Supreme having in that Nano as well. That Nano could very well make the difference. Let's find out if it is. 10 seconds left between UCI keeping their game alive or Maryville headed to Arlington. Sound barrier, Dragon Strike, Annihilation, all used at the same time. There's going to be the sound barrier coming out from Otters very late at the same time, but it's still nobody dying on either side. Romani using the Annihilation, able to take care of the Lucio. And now it's just the fight continuing on. Got to stay on the point the rest of the way here unless they cap it. But now it's going to be the Annihilations out. Every ultimate basically used except for the Amp Matrix. They cap the point and UCI stays alive.
I don't believe it. I mean, on paper, they should have lost that, especially with Immortality Barrier difference. They're going to go down here, and now it's it's a minute 15 here for UCI to keep themselves in the series. Dragon Strike will be the closest available for your Anteaters, and Zerocious going down. That's the wall that's going to keep them. They're not going to have that wall as part of their push going in. So. Blizzard Advantage is also going to be available here to Maryville, so they're going to be able to waste even more time with that.
Yeah, and this is not looking good here for UCI's push. They've only got 50 seconds left to go, and again, the situation still stands. It's either the game gets kept alive, or it's going to be Maryville headed off to CECC Arlington while UCI stays home. Blizzard is out. Going to capture Romani for a couple of moments, and that's huge for them because now they can just stagger around, and that's going to waste away even more time. Zerocious down as well, and now you're down to 1 fight left.
Ant Matrix still available to Cyrus BT Dubs. Really showing some great ultimate discipline once again. The Dragon Strike is going to get them off the point. They can't leave. That's the problem. Once they get up there, so I mean, Tree is just going to take a position in the back and just let this loose once that timer hits 0.
Let's see, Dragon Strike been good so far from Excal's. Found at least one, but not going to find anything this time around. Headshots with the Storm Arrows, not going to find all of anything here from Tree for a little couple of moments. Overtime clock is running in, and now there's the Dragon Strike coming out from Tree. Is it's going to find anything? It finds Zerocious. Overtime clock bleeds to half, but now the rest of the team of UCI starts to bleed out. There's only so much they can do. The Annihilation has to be the savior of the game here. Has to take down Shipley in a couple of moments here, but it is not going to be enough. The Lucio from Otters goes down, and the Saints will go marching into Arlington. Maryville is headed to CECC Arlington. Welcome aboard to the Maryville Saints.
Whoo, boy. That was an insane series. And I mean, our take has already left. Bye-bye, False. Had to go get chicken or something. I don't know. But seriously, this was disgusting from both teams. This is the matchup that we deserved as fans of Overwatch. And man, they just put it all out on the line. It was just too much firepower out from the members of Maryville Saints. Congratulations to them. They will be in Arlington come May. And I mean, dang, like it was back and forth. I thought that there might, once they proved me wrong getting the point through there, I thought they had an opportunity to be able to push all the way through. But with the Icicle going through the dome of Zerocious there, it really did cap everything out. And I mean, the ultimate rotation was already in Maryville's favor there. So it was an uphill battle. Still, just disgusting work from both these teams. So proud of both of them. I'm sad that we have to say goodbye to your Anteaters.
Are gone from the bracket. Therefore, I don't know if they'll have any more opportunities, but it is called last chance for a reason. Maryville, though, Saints will move on into CECC Arlington, and we will see them there. And by the way, again, last chance qualifier right here on CECC and Esports U, brought to you and presented to you by ZipChair and DreamSeat. It's the official gaming chair for the CECC. Go on over to zipchair.com and elevate your gaming chair today. And I know that Septilence will be elevating his gaming chair very soon with ZipChair of their own. So again, final score 3-1 in favor of Maryville. The Saints are headed to CECC Arlington. We will take a short break. When we come back, we'll see if we can get an interview from the winning team of the Saints. This is the last chance qualifier right here on Esports U.
I can't say that. I'll get in trouble. There's one for each game, so teams this weekend, somebody's going to have to explain to TSA why they're coming home with an extra trophy. Fine. We're fine. This is going to be great. Why is everybody staring at me? I'm not even doing anything yet. Is it because I'm in a suit? It looks nice. It's new. I'm stressing. It's all right. We win these. We absolutely win these. I've never seen us lose these. I love him. I don't remember his name. What is going on, everybody? And oh, are we ready? I'll start over. Okay. What's going on, everybody? We are here at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia. The players are just now entering the arena for day one. A lot of them had the opportunity to be here yesterday to get jerseys, to get familiar with the area, and to get to know one another. But today, the friendly gloves have to come off, and they are all here. Earlier, I was talking to these guys. This mannequin, when they didn't have anything else set up, I could see it from all the way down there, and I thought it was a person. And I stood there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, why is he standing like that? And I thought it was like a smooth criminal. I thought somebody was giving us like a Michael Jackson impression, and then it was a mannequin. I was really embarrassed to admit that. Oh my God, that's a lot of people. Hold on, let's go over this window. It just keeps going. There's so many people outside. There are so many people outside. We're gonna interview people when they come in. I don't really want to go outside. It looks like it's gonna rain, and the suit is new, so. Oh, there's Doc Haskell. Hi, Doc, how are you? He brings a full notebook with him and like writes notes down. It was pretty insane. He had it yesterday. He's gonna be coming through this metal detector right here. I don't know his name though, but I recognize his hair.
Jen.
You're Jen? All right, we're gonna interview Jen, who's supporting Kennesaw. I'm gonna ask you like a couple of very simple questions. Okay, are we ready? All right, great. College. I really like Georgia College's color scheme. It's just red, white, and blue, I think, but I think they did it in a really clever way. Mineral area wearing hoodies, even though it is 75 degrees outside here in Atlanta, Georgia. Absolute legends.
If only Nick could hear you. Nick, come back.
If he's over 100 feet away, he can't.
You were whispering something, and he started smiling. I'm like, are you whispering?
Oh yeah, because he's got his headphone in if we're close enough. But
bless you.
Gesundheit. Gesundheit again. You're welcome. I'm gonna go find him. Oh, there he is. Oh my. Oh, okay. Real stuff is starting. Real stuff. Competitive integrity needs to be upheld. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. I get really embarrassed when I get yelled at.
30 is what we're gonna do.
Okay. Wow, it's not 10:30 yet.
It's only barely 10.
Woo! All right, it's gonna be a long. Hey, what's up? Surprise interview. Join me over here. We have a cool backdrop. What are we here for?
Rocket League.
Awesome. I'm not going to ask what school you go to because unless you swapped hoodies, that seems pretty clear.
Nope. You know, I got my jersey on with my name on it.
Oh, you do? Show us your jersey. Look at John T. Turbo here.
Yeah,
That's not his name. I just keep calling him that.
Yeah.
His name is John, but
my name is John Turbesi.
Yeah,
That's
not John T. Turbo.
Yeah, I get the message that I'm going to Nebraska where I met you.
Oh, that's so crazy. So context, if we're probably not going to use this, but I want to talk about it. Turbo and I met at a LAN like over a year ago. That's so crazy. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. I am Septilence, joined by a man I have interviewed probably well over 10 times. It's going to be my good friend Neb here from Bay State Overwatch team. Neb looked at me before he started his last series, and he said, "We are not dropping a map for the rest of the day." And so far, he has lived up to that title. But Neb, is there anybody you're thinking, we've got to get them out of the way, we've got to take them down?
No.
No? Just looking at it, each fight's its own, every game, going into it, just taking it as it comes?
I have the confidence right now that we're not going to drop a single map.
I love Neb because not only is he confident, but he's correct. Bay State is one of the best Overwatch teams I've ever seen. So it's always good to hear from. I love the confidence, and I love Bay State, so I hope they do a great job this weekend. So what qualifier, did you win a qualifier to get here?
At-large bid.
We're looking at Rocket League, we're thinking high odds, low odds, where do we think we're walking away?
I think pretty high. I think we're doing pretty good.
Is there anybody that you're looking at, you're like, please do not let us go up against them unless we absolutely have to?
I mean, really, everybody's good competition, so.
And sorry, what was your name?
Ethan.
Ethan from Mineral Area.
Yep.
Very exciting. Well, Ethan, good luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. What kind of pass? A player pass?
Let me get you a lanyard.
No, you actually have to like tape it to your chest, like really awkwardly with masking tape. Okay. And it's gonna fall off. Yeah. It's gonna be uncomfortable, I promise. That's a guarantee. Okay, cut that, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, good. I'm great, everything's good.
Who do we interview? Who should we interview?
I don't know, I'm just here. I need caffeine.
That's why we're here, right? This is why a lot of people are trying to figure out, how do we replicate what you guys are doing? How do they do what you guys are doing to a degree, or why are you guys doing what you're doing to a degree? But to kind of, I think, focus in then a little bit more. I want to talk about gameplay a little bit before we jump into business and all of the other stuff. Jensen, this one's for you, right? I want to talk a little bit about this because to someone like me who's traditionally a League of Legends fan and all that, I know that you've been a coach that's been all over the world. You've worked with a lot of different professional teams and different regions. My question, I think a lot of people want to know, how did you end up at Maryville and why a North American collegiate college? What was the draw, or what brought you here? How did you get to this point?
When I first came to LA, I worked with the models with the academy team,
and I realized that there's a lot of cultural challenges that exist in that's very unique to any esports, right? Where there's this very interesting intersection, because unlike traditional sports, in esports, players they don't start training with under a structure or a system or a coach from a very early age, which is what happens if you want to pick up any other sport, right? Like you start going to community events or whatsoever, and then you start developing your skills and your literacy of the game from the age of 6 or 7, and you're very used to working in a team environment, a coaching environment. But in esports and for League of Legends, a lot of times players they go through they go up, they climb the ranks in solo queue where everything is basically self-taught, and then all of a sudden they need to be placed into a team environment. And I realized that this is something that the Asian teams got right, where they had these B teams. They have the B houses in Korea and Taiwan. You would spend almost close to a year just being a understudy or training partner for the team before you even join an academy team in the first place. And in China, they have like these massive B team systems with like lots of players in them. The moment you hit a certain rank on the ladder, they fly you in. You are then boot camping for a month there at the facility, and depending on how well you do, they then decide whether to retain you on as a training partner or as a trainee.
Welcome back, everybody, inside of the booth here. Clutchkey alongside Chef Billy after a very exciting game. I don't know how else to put it. A very exhilarating game. And joining us from the winning team that went 3-1 against UCI. And now this team was going up to Arlington with the rest of the CECC qualifiers. But joining us here from the Last Chance qualifying champions is King. And welcome in, King, inside of the booth here. Glad to have you. And how does it feel to have your team after that such a great match there? How does it feel to have your team go into Arlington up in May?
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of excitement after winning. Yeah, I think we're all excited to go, and yeah, we're all just pumped for it.
All right, so Chef Billy here. Hi, King. First of all, congratulations on the win. You guys drop Oasis, and I could feel, based upon what I saw on the screen, that you guys got ticked off. Is that actually the case? Because it seemed like you guys were angry that you lost the control map. You guys seem to be even more laser focused when you picked Junkertown, and then it was just smooth sailing from there on out.
I guess you could say we're like angry. I think we all were just like what do you know? We stink at that comp, but I think yeah, like we're trying. I think we're just a little smelly when it comes to that comp, but I mean, it happens. We'll get better.
And I mean, and you guys will get better going in, and now you're going to get to experience here CECC Arlington. It's going to be a new season after all, but we can always talk about that when it gets closer, when you guys know that you guys will have a comp to run as well. But I mean, let's talk about this because now you guys are going in CECC Arlington. According to the Ochre ranking, still number 3 in the nation right now. You guys have a lot of things going for you here, but most importantly, a target on your guys' back. So how confident are you guys going into this land here coming up at CECC Arlington? How confident are you that you can win it all in the top 16?
I think we're all pretty confident, even myself included. I think we're going to win it all, honestly. I don't think there's a team where if we're all trying and like calming, like they can beat us still, honestly.
Let's see if that confidence carries on over to CECC, and you guys a wonderful performance again, 3-1, beating UC Irvine and headed to Arlington. Congratulations to you guys. We'll see you up in Arlington, and good luck when you get there to the LAN as well.
All right, yeah. Thank you, yeah.
And again, thank you very much, King, joining us in here in the booth. And again, I mean, what a series. One more can you say about this series, Billy, as we start to wrap things up? One more can you say about that kind of series, even if it was a 3-1?
I mean, they said they were stinky at that comp, and they still took it to 3 submaps. So I think just a little bit more attention to it for them. We'll see them really turn that around, and I think that if they lean into their stars. Cyrus was a big carry. I still think that Juby was actually the bigger of the support carries today, personally. And I think that Tree and King, if they continue to play like this. Tree's only going to get better. Reminder, Tree is only 16 years old. There's still development time and playing full time for their collegiate team now. They're just going to get even better. So like I said, the sugar-free reference definitely holds true there. Having Mikey and False, two fantastic tanks at your disposal. I mean, I think King nails it on the head. If they're playing at the top of their game, I don't think there's anybody that can beat them. Like I said, just them having to qualify here really makes me scratch my head. But hey, they get their business done. As I put at the top of the broadcast, they took care of business and they got themselves qualified. And now we're going to see them in Arlington.
Yeah, man, we will indeed see in Arlington again. It's going to be different for these teams as well. It will transition over from Season 3 to Season 4. We'll see if Lifeweaver comes into play as well. There's going to be a plethora of things going on when we get to CECC Arlington. I cannot wait. Special thanks again to Cool Scoots, our observer, Colton, our producer, and Billy, as always, the goated caster, the goated color caster. Even got the prediction right as well. 3-1 in favor of the Saints of Maryville, who are headed to Arlington. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow, the LCQ presented by Zipture and Dreamcast, as well as Esports U and CSMG, still going on here the rest of the week. And tomorrow, it will be Valorant action coming with you with Catinator and Ash. And again, this LCQ and the rest of this month leads up to CECC Arlington. The finals happening, May Madness going to Texas, and you can check that out between May 6th and May 7th at Esports Stadium Arlington. If you can't be there in person, catch it right here on Esports U. And for more info, go to collegiatesmg.com. For everybody here at Esports U, thanks for watching. Have a good night. And once again, final score, Maryville headed to Arlington, beating UC Irvine 3-1. Until next time, everybody, have a good night and take care.
We're at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's gonna jumped into it. Corner judges go for 1, 2, dip. He needs more. They're doing even more here.
You gotta touch the point. Mr. College walks it in. Toy Boy, just gonna drop.
Knife him.
Right out front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
https://twitter.com/Septilence. Don't put that in. I'll get in trouble. So that's worth it. Did I get too close to the camera on that one? A little bit too close? Should I back up a little bit? Okay, sorry about that. My bad. I've been awake for probably close to 32 hours. Like, I have to hold my keyboard the normal way, because if I do it, I feel like I have arthritis if I hold my keyboard like that. It blows my mind. I can never do that. This guy right here, he's got his keyboard off at an angle. His isn't that extreme. There's a kid all the way down on the far end who has his keyboard all the way at a horizontal.
That's really cool.
They're going to be at that table right over there.
Public information?
Oh, I don't know. This isn't live, so it doesn't matter.
It's not live, but you and I know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not gonna tweet it.
Awesome. What game do you play?
Smash Bros.
Who do you play? Is it embarrassing? Is it like Villager?
Yeah.
Is it Villager? Am I spot on? Oh my god. Is it the Ice Climbers?
No.
Is it Game & Watch?
No.
Is it Pichu?
No.
Is it Wario?
No.
I can keep going. I think I can name every character in the game. Is it? Did I say the Ice Climbers already?
Yeah, you said them.
Is it them?
Not them.
Is it them a second time?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, is it one of the links?
Yes, it is.
Is it Toon Link?
It is.
Oh, that is pretty embarrassing. That is rough. Who do you play?
I'll give you $20 if you guess correctly right now.
First try? Give me a single hint.
It's an obscure character.
Obscure character.
Not played very often.
Is it Wii Fit Trainer?
Oh my god! Oh my.
I'm the interviewer for a reason, baby. I do what I do. I don't need the money. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. So Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and I forgot already. Are you all lying to me? Am I being gaslit? No. Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and you told me already. Oh, Toon Link. Yep. Where's my main support at? Who are we playing this weekend?
A lot of Brig.
A lot of Brig, really?
Brig Lucio, probably.
Brig Lucio, really? I shouldn't say that too loud. I don't want to give all your strategies. It's over-under?
What do you mean over-under?
Like, do we think we're going to podium? Do we think we're going to come in last place?
Not last place.
Not last place.
Certainly not last.
What about like 5th place?
That's doable.
That's doable? That's winnable? 3rd place?
Third place.
That's where things get dicey?
That's very doable.
Okay.
First place? That's very doable.
First place, very doable. Love it. That's the mindset. That's what he loves to hear. Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Cut the cameras. Well, who are you? Hello. Oh my God. I saw you earlier. I saw the back of your shirt. And I was like, I know that name. I know him. It's a quick play game. They Q-sniped each other at land. I thought it was a scrim. It's just unlucky. Are you actually a Villager player?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Villager being notably worse in Smash Ultimate than they were in Smash 4?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You never play Smash 4?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Nobody's gonna hold that against you. Yeah, who do you play?
I play Robin.
Okay, wow. Did you know Robin has the lowest pick rate in the game?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Come on, the LEDs, it looks just like Samus.
Huh?
Do you disagree?
I guess I can see
The
it.
Samus vibe. Show the controller to the camera. We're interviewing. This is recording, by the way. Surprise.
Not my controller.
Who do you play?
I play Peach.
Oh, wow. I